We're all struggling deep down inside. We're all carrying pain we'd like to hide. But in this moment, just to be myself, I'd like to place that damage on a shelf. We're all meaningful in our own ways. We're all carrying love we'd share all day. And in this moment, just to be myself, I'd like to face that I've betrayed my health. You be you instead, and I'll be me. It's easier for us when we are free. And all the losses are chalked up as lessons and plans. That's where my lost and found container stands. We're all struggling deep down inside. We're all carrying pain we'd like to hide. But in this moment, just to be ourselves, let's place that data on computer shelf. Struggling deep down inside. We're all carrying pain we'd like to hide. But in this moment, just to be ourselves, let's place that data on computer shelf.
Wow, that was so good, Kenneth. Ooh. Ooh, I like the end where it's like, thanks for watching. How are you guys doing today? Let me adjust this shit. Hold on. Because I don't want to be cut off. All right, there we go. We got some moths in the house. We got some moths in this house. Got some moths in this house. We really do. I need to fix and adjust all my settings because I fucked them up. I fucked up my settings. Here we go. All right. Are we all good? Everybody's good? Hello. Hello, Des. Hello, Coe. You know, I told you guys I go through. I don't know. Y'all haven't been here this long, you two. But I told the chat before that sometimes if I have to miss the chat, I will go back and reread it later, which I did. And I have to tell you something, Des and Coe. But first, let me tell you guys, that is Kenneth's channel. You can see it scrolling below me for a few more minutes. Then I'm going to take it down, but you should go at him if you haven't. He is a poet. He is aware of it. He's from Canada. He sent me the bird head that, wow, I don't think I've seen a reaction that excited from anybody on this channel ever than when the masks come out. The reaction to Durian Dad was incredible. The reaction to Pup Play Dad's boyfriend was incredible. But the reaction to the Happy Birthday bird has been off the charts. It has been overwhelming. I got the most emails about anything I've ever gotten, including sex trafficking. So clearly, if we combine the bird head with sex trafficking, oh my God. I guess that's what the analytics want. However, we won't do that. That's inappropriate. But you guys loved Birdhead. You loved it. You absolutely loved it. So Birdhead will come out more, and that is from Kenneth. So if you like Birdhead, you love Kenneth by default. So go at his page. His poetry and his art that he puts out with the AI backgrounds and stuff, very cool. The melody's always on point. Makes me think the AI knows too much about how much we love certain notes, but very interested in this. It seems to always be in the key of C. The chords also always seem to be like a GCGA or a GCDE, which if you're into music, you know what that means. That's like a very common chord structure. It's very pleasing to the ears. Historically speaking, all of the number one hits, like the best ones, have been pretty much in the same key. I'm going to get eaten alive for that by music theory students, but I think the AI is onto something. All the shit Kenneth has put out is bangers. Fucking banger after banger, dinger after dinger. He's hitting dingers, you guys. This one, a little emotional, a little sad, but also very heartwarming and uplifting. Wanted to play it today. Yes, Adam, I didn't want to say it, but there it is. Worship music chord progressions are very big. They're very big. I have a theory that that's kind of how a lot of people get so into churches and get so into religions, especially with song, because it's so enjoyable. That specific chord structure historically is the most enjoyable. One thing I like about the AI feature that Kenneth has is it dabbles in different chord structures and progressions, which is interesting, very interesting. And I do wonder if in Canada, are things different as far as the demographics for what people find enjoyable? Because all over the world, if you listen to world music ever, which I dabble, you'll notice it's so different. Like if you listen to Indian music, it's in a very odd key and they have a lot of F sharps, but here that's considered a little weird. Here that's more emo alternative, like postal service type stuff. There it's huge. If you've ever listened to a group called Beats Antique or Gogol Bordello, they follow a very European style mixed with Western chord structure, and they blew up. They can travel anywhere and perform it. People love it. So I absolutely adore this situation that Kenneth has going on. I really like seeing or hearing, I should say, daily or even on the regs what he puts out. Also in the last video, I told you guys about, oh, look, you just mentioned it, Kenneth. You just mentioned Webweaver. Told you how Webweaver has a channel, a true crime channel. I put a post up about it. Let me see if I'm going to pull it up right here just so you can see. She has a channel. She's dabbling. She's dabbling in the true crime community and she's doing well. And I really like it. And I love it when you guys go out and do stuff like this and like put out content that, where did it go? Sorry. And put out content that, you know, we all get to see and you're happy when I share it. And I love sharing it. Webweaver, if you're in the chat right now, can you send me a link? It's not pulling it up for some reason. I have no idea why. I don't think your channel went down, obviously. Like it should be there. Anyway, I'll put yours up at the end of the video because I want, there it is. Just flyers. Just flyers, Dad. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Let me just pull this up. Let me see if I can get it going. There we go. There we go. Look at this. I'm going to put a link right there for Webweaver. So I just put it in chat. If you want to add Webweaver, your other sister, and I'll put it right here and we'll scroll it across the bottom. There you go. She's got a true crime channel. It's missing people. And you guys know how I'm into missing people and stuff. Like, let's look for them. Let's do missing updates. Look, she's got missing updates. Look at this. She's got so much content. Let me show you her page. Check this out. Do you mind, Webweaver? Is it okay? Can I show them? Can I show them your shit? She's great. YouTube Bad Actors is here. Also has a page. Hello, YouTube Bad Actors. Webweaver says thank you. Hey, thank you. Thank you for caring about missing people. And then I'm going to talk to Des and Coey because I have something to tell them. It's fascinating. Okay, let's see. This is Webweaver's page. Also, you'll notice Baby Brian is our background. I stand by my choices. I stand by my choices. I have no regrets. I don't. Oh, I just saw this, YouTube. I just saw this. I haven't in 2 days. I need to go on there and do it. I've been so fucking busy. Tomorrow I start working on a new contract that is very heavy. It's a lot. And I've just been out of it. I have not been looking at Discord at all. So I apologize. I will check it tonight and I will get that all done tonight. I apologize if I'm ever carrying on a heavy conversation with you guys or something, and then you don't see me for 2 days. It's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just I haven't logged in, and I always restart my computer now for updates. And when I do that, it like literally takes out all my past cache, and then I have to go back to the thing. And if it doesn't show me, I just don't know. So I have to go back and do that. I apologize. But this is Webweaver's page. Fuck, let's go to YouTube Bad Actors page, actually. I'll talk to you tonight. I hope whatever you sent me isn't, hey, don't share my channel, because I'm about to, bitch. Look at this. This is Webweaver. So we got a month ago, 11 days ago. Like, she's active. She's active. She's showing you vids. She's showing you the old news on these people. I remember this one. Oh, shit. Anyway, this is great. I love seeing you guys start channels. Brian Hazel. I've never actually heard of this dude. 5 months ago. I hope he got found. If not, I'm gonna watch that later. So yeah, see how I'm subscribed? You guys go subscribe if you want. If you're into missing persons cases, Webweaver's got you on the lock. Okay, now let's do YouTube Bad Actors. Let me show you this. I told you I'm gonna put you kids on, and I'm gonna make sure. There you go. Look at this. So YouTube Bad Actors is calling out bad actors on YouTube, specifically one in particular, not Grisella. We love Grisella. But this homie right here who rips on Grisella. And good for her that she doesn't ever respond, because she's fucking dope, dude. That kid Brian hasn't been found yet? Shit. Should we look into it? Web, do you want to come on and talk about him sometime? Also, I saw Galen here. I know this is last minute. If you're not prepared, it's fine. But if you're not too busy, and you'd like to come on this evening for a little bit to talk, I've been working on questions for you, and then I went back and changed them after basically doing a cadaver dog online thing for people take it for certification, I guess, but I found one and I was just learning about it for Mookie's a while back when I thought he could be a cadaver dog. And I forgot I had it in my playlist, and I was watching some of it today. And I was like, fuck, I need to make a little list this morning, I should say. And then I took a long dad nap. So I have a nice list of questions I'd like to ask you. And if you guys have any questions you want to ask Galen for when she comes on about cadaver dogging, cadaver dogs in general, or I should say scent dogs, right? Like sniffing out stuff. That's what she does. She's the expert, dude. We're going to talk to her. And I like to be super prepared for interviews when I'm doing journalism shit, anything writing. So it's really fucking hard for me to do a live of this kind of stuff. So I was thinking of just pre-recording it. But at the same time, the lives are the best. And I like you guys to ask real-time questions or have that opportunity. So what I'm thinking is just asking my guests, like, do you want to be live or do you want to pre-record it? What do you want to do? Whatever makes you most comfortable. So Galen, if you'd rather do a pre-recorded one or a live later, you can always tell me. That's fine. I'm not going to hate you for it. In fact, I respect it. Okay. And what was I going to pop in there now? I was about to show you something and type it out, and I blacked out. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, yeah. I was going to put up the banner for YouTube Bad Actors so you can see. There it is. Ticker. This is how you follow YouTube Bad Actors page. And, regardless of how you feel about trolling, I think when you're trolling someone who's a piece of shit, it's kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of funny. Not found yet. That bothers me. Poor kid. Fuck. All right. Coey subbed. Everybody's subbing up. And you don't have to, but if you want to, this is where I get whenever I'm showing you. If I'm showing you Ken is shit, I'm going to show you how to sub to him. If I'm showing you or talking about, oh, shit. Hold up. Look at baby Brian for a minute. You know what time it is. Look at baby Brian for a minute. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is it a fucking bird day? Is it a bird day, bitches? Ah, we got a bird day? We got a bird day in the house. We have a birthday in the house. Happy birthday, you two bad actors. Peck, 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 peck. Bucka, bucka, buck. Bucka, bucka. Cluck, 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 motherfuckers. Cluck, and a cluck to you. You big fucking bird. Saxophone, saxophone. Jill Daniels, big bird, big bird, big bird. Big fucking bird. The biggest bird of them all. The biggest bird of them all. Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Tell your sister happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Peck, 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 and a cluck to you. God damn it. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. A peck, peck, a cluck, cluck. If I get sick, do I have the bird flu? I don't know. Hey, no, thank you for living. Pluck, 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 pluck. Quack, 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 quack. Duck, duck, bird, bird. It does. It has a case of the side eye. It's got problems, but you know what? Who doesn't have problems? YouTube bad actor, because it's YouTube's birthday. It's YouTube bad actor's birthday, Miss Parks. Happy late birthday to Miss Parks. Cluck, 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 cluck. What the fuck? Give me seed. I am a bird. Happy belated birthday, Miss Parks. Where is my cloaca? Where is my cloaca? Where is my cloaca? I don't know. We'll find it. It's our job. We're an OSINT channel of big fucking birds. We will find the cloaca. It is YouTube bad actor's birthday. Cluck, 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 cluck. Peck, 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 peck. When am I flying to South Beach? In the winter. In the winter with the other fucking birds. Hey, thank you. Cluck, cluck, motherfuck. Cluck, 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 cluck. Cluck, cluck. I can't really see through it. I can kind of see through it. I watch it back later and I enjoy it. You know, kids, when I was a little girl, we would have politicians come to our school. We would have people like that big fucking bird. What's her fucking name? Look, YouTube bad actors is like, stop. No, I'll never fucking stop. I got bird flu. I have bird flu. We would have famous people come. Famous people like that big fucking bird, Patsy Torres. And we had Nacho Estrada, sorry. R.I.P. Nacho Estrada. Cluck, cluck. I don't like puppets, but he had a pretty cool puppet. And they would come to our school and they would say, don't do drugs. Follow your dreams. What are your dreams? Follow them, kids. Don't do drugs. Just do bird shit. Just follow your dreams like a bird, fly into the sky. Do what you want and never let anyone tell you that you can't. And I said to myself, one day, I will sit on the computer and I will look at strangers, so many strangers, splayed out before me with fertile minds, waiting to be cross-pollinated upon. And in my bird head, I will bring them seed and worms, and I will feed the baby birds. And people said, stop, you have not a wing on you. Stop, you are not bird. You are descended from the monkey. And I said, no, I am descended from the bird. I am bird. And they said, no, little bird. You're just a human. And I'd say, no. And then one day, a woman named Jill Daniels, she brought me seed. She brought me seed. She brought me, you're right, Michelle, she brought me drugs. And that drug was Jill talking and screaming things. Because she was mad at the turtleman. She was mad. She said, cluck, cluck, peck, peck. And she got out of her bullshit car
It wasn't bullshit. It was pretty nice. It was a newer model. I don't know if it was hers. I don't know who was dropping it off. I'm just being a hateful bird. And she said, hey, everyone look at me. I'm going to attack the turtleman in public. And I will attack his girlfriend and I will say mean things because I'm a crazy bird. And I said, wow. Wow, if Jill Daniels can do it, I can too. And then Kenneth said, bitch, let me level you up. Bitch, let me fix you. Remember how I told you guys, I'm in the shit bird. I want critical feedback that is helpful, that will make me a better person. So I'm all open to criticism. You want to talk shit to me, please talk shit to me. Just give me a counter plan. Tell me how to fix it. Tell me how to fix myself. One of my favorite emails I have ever gotten from one of you kids was, bitch, your eyebrows are fucked. Fix them. And I said, bitch, help me. How? And what did this bitch do? This bitch sent me eyebrow stencils and different pencils and stencils. And I tried my best and she made me better for it. And then she said, you know what? That looks bad. Just leave your real eyebrows. And I said, thank you. In the end, thank you so much, Chloe. In the end, I discovered I was fine just the way I was. Because leveling up with pencils and stencils made me look like Frida Kahlo. And then they apologized. And then I was like, wait, no. I'm kind of liking this. And they said, no, you're fine. But what I loved about that interaction was, well, honestly, the first comment, bitch, your eyebrows are fucked, which made me laugh so hard. But the other thing I liked about it is that she had a counter plan. She tried to help. So, what did Jill Daniels do? She said, you big fucking bird. You big fucking bird. And it made me go, You know, I do think she's being a bit crazy. I agree with the turtle men on this one. Maybe I'm a big fucking bird. And then I put this mask on, and guess what? Here we are. Cluck, cluck, peck, peck. I love being a bird. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, YouTube bad actors. Sometimes things work out. With that said, no, real talk, I love Frida Kahlo too, but let's not fuck around and get it twisted. That bitch had some Ted Bundy eyebrows, okay? She did. And they didn't look good on me. Let's see what happens. Ready?
Bah! I'm not fucking around. It smells good. Oh my god. My scrunchie got loose. My scrunchie's loose. It does fuck up your hair. It fucks up your hair. Thank you. You are the breast. You are the titty of the chicken. You're the breast. I'll just wear it right here. Thank you, Holly Sawbones. Okay. The birthday bird head will come out. Just tell me. They are. It's my day to celebrate you kids. So, if you ever have a birthday and you need dad to know about it, you just tell me and I'll pull out the bird. If you'd prefer pup play mask, if you'd prefer birthday terrier, aka Demookies, you see the moth that flew behind me. Don't worry to all you ghost heads. It's not an anomaly. It's a big, dirty, stinky moth. Hoss many scrunchies to get to my head. Hoss many. 2. That's the answer, 2. So we're all feral fucking birds. My point is, you can do whatever you want. Live your dreams. God damn it. Miss Shorty, you just missed it. I had bird on. I was birthday bird. Go back. You'll love it. How loose is the elastic? No. You just need a little slack. You're right. A little slack. But the elastic is nice and tight. I don't fuck around with that. All right. Auntie Deb, Dawn Marie, and Miss Parks, you're all Virgo dragons. You're all Virgos. Anyway, so earlier what I was saying. By the way, happy birthday, YouTube bad actors. Happy birthday. Chili on the stove, cornbread in the oven. That's one of my favorite meals. Oh my God. Chili and cornbread is so fucking good, you guys. It's so fucking good, you guys. I told you guys I read all the chat back at the end, just in case I miss something important. Because sometimes I'll be like, I'll be talking about something. I'll go on a rant. Breasticle. Very fun word. I'll go on a rant. And then later on, and I love you, YouTube actors. You're the best. Buy a hat from Adam also. Everyone buy a hat from Adam. Your brother makes hats and they're personalized. If you want a hat that says I'm a big feckin' bird, he'll do it. Actually, I don't know if he will, but I think he will. You'll do that, right, Adam? You'll make big fucking bird hats? Whatever you guys want. Custom hats by your brother Adam. And you can watch him make them. Sometimes. I don't know. Honestly, Adam, I'm making a lot of promises I don't know if you can keep. Done it. Done it. He's done it. Of course he has. I'm fucking dumb as fuck for thinking otherwise. Adam makes shit to order, okay? Look at that, Miss Parks. Lots of birthday, right? Everybody, all of our parents were fucking at the same time. That's weird to think about. Yes, oh my God. Chili and cornbread. It's so good when it's cool. You're wearing your hat, Tiff? Send us a pic. Send us a Tiff pic. Adam is the man. He is the man. No lies detected. None. None. You cleaned your kitchen? Oh, I need to do that. That's been literally 4 months. I'm like, I'm going to clean this shit. I don't. You'd love a hat that says that, Des. Get with your brother, Adam. Adam drives Helen. Look, I have a banner for Adam. Let's get the banner for Adam. Where is it at? Where is it at? I already have it in the back. I have it in the back ready to go. Oh, you know what? You can even just type this in. Just type this in on YouTube. Boom. Adam drives Helen. Adam drives Helen. I know I have one that's got. Let's see. Let's just do this because I can just do this now. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, I have to burp. Turn it down. Hold on. Ugh. Oh, God. I don't like burping into the mic. I like hearing other people burp. What is that? What is that about? Why do I do that? That's Adam drives Helen. He'll get you a hat. He'll hook you up with a big fat fucking hat. A big fat fucking hat. You're going to love it. How about that? Thank you, Miss Sparks. We're going to start calling Miss Sparks Miss Sparks. She is a beautiful, bright sparkler of a person. She comes into a room. She lights it up like a sparkler. Very fun to look at. We love Miss Parks. Very lovely lady. I'm still waiting for the opening song poet link. That was Kenneth. Is the first link. If you scroll back, the link's there. I'll even put it in the chat here. This is Kenneth. Here, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me pop on a little. Here you go. This is Kenneth. This is how you get to Kenneth. This is how you get that. There you go. No, you're good. You're good. Don't be sorry. Ever, Lori Lowe. That's not Kenneth. Take that down. That is an old man that does not look like Kenneth. God bless him. He's playing some sort of a flute. I took it down. Wait. Fuck. Nope. Delete comment. Put myself in timeout. Where's Rabbit? Rabbit, put me in timeout. Put me in timeout, Rabbit. Do it. Do it. Put me in timeout. Hide current ticker. Let me pull this up. I got lost. I got lost in the sauce. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. There's Kenneth. There you go. There you go, Lori Lowe. There you go, Lori Lowe. Got a little lost. Got a little lost. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. Oh, my. Unsubbed. Unsubbed. Yeah, don't sub to that guy. Or maybe he looks like Richard Dreyfuss. You know what? I don't know this person at all. Totally different CNAO'd. A different Kenao'd. Let's get weird with it today. Let's just see this dude's channel. I don't know anything about him. I misspelled the YouTube URL. And now I'm curious. Now I'm very curious. We're going to take the banner down real quick. Let's find out what this guy's about. We accidentally went to his page, but I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Your name did not get hijacked. Kenneth's did. But I'm interested in this guy now also. Like, what's his deal? It's because I think I spelled it wrong. But also, who's this guy? Look at this guy. He looks fun. Let's watch his video.
Greetings from Alaska. This is Kinade.
Oh,
I'd like to give
wait.
a short.
Kinade. Kinade? Kenneth. Is that how you say it? Kinade. Like Canadian. What is he about to play for us? New D Lindsay PC 8 years ago. Only 175 views for this art. He's in Alaska. I know that's not you. I know that's not you. This is the guy I accidentally pulled up instead of you because I spelt it wrong. I spelled it right. So if you do at CNAOD, aka at with the same name as you without the extra, you get this guy. You see what I mean? Have you ever been to this guy's page, Kenneth? This guy's in Alaska. It just popped up. We know nothing about him. Just to be clear, we know nothing about this guy. If he starts playing the flute and saying really racist shit, I don't endorse it at all. I don't. But if he plays a flute really nice, we might have to, we might have to just watch this stranger.
Greetings from Alaska. This is Kinade. I'd like to give a short review of my new
He is a
practice
hottie.
channel by David Lindsay.
Wait, go back.
To give a short review of my new practice channel by
a practice channer? I mean, every pipe's a sex pipe, depending on how you look at it.
David Lindsay. Excellent workmanship.
Did I hear a dog? I hear a dog snoring. I got to go back.
I'd like to give a short review of my new practice channel by David Lindsay. Excellent workmanship.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't.
Has the larger feel right holes.
Oh my God. First of all, Kenneth, you're grounded. That's hilarious. Also same. But I hear a dog snoring in the background. I love this video so much. Don't get mad, Kenneth, but there's another canoid, or however he says it wrong. There's another one that we might have to bring into the group. We might have to bring this man in. We might have to bring this man in and put you two together to watch each other, because this guy's going to be a party animal. I can already tell. He owns a flute.
My new practice channel by David Lindsay.
Hello,
Excellent
Daisy Live Love. Hey, Daisy Live Love. Remind me to talk to you. Your homie's kind of a dick. I tried to watch that guy's video. I'm not trying to call you out. You're not a dick, but your homie's kind of a dick. He put me in a video and he was talking shit. And I'm like, why would he follow me on Twitter and watch my stuff if he doesn't like me? I don't know. I don't really like that guy. I don't know. He's not going to get a happy birthday from me. I like you a lot. That guy's kind of fucking weird. I don't know if you talk to him every day. Tell him leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to be in his videos. That was kind of rude. If he wants to shit all over Vicky, he can, but I'm not into that, dude. No. I don't like that. But you're the best. I love you. By the way, you have the best accent. You and Dawn Marie have the best fucking accents. You all have great accents, but they got some thick accents. Some thicker than a snicker accents, and I fucking love them. I fucking love them. Yeah, we're talking about holes right now.
Feel right holes. Made of striped ebony.
Is it a bagpipe?
Trimmed with
a bird too? Okay, I need to shut the fuck up and walk. I'm starting it over. Listen for dog snores and birds.
Greetings from Alaska. This is Kinade. I'd like to give a short review of my new practice channel by David Lindsay. Excellent workmanship. Has the larger feel right holes. Made of striped ebony. Trimmed with moose antler.
Moose Antler. That's a good street name. Also, I did, Carrie. I watched it. Wow. Wade Wilson's prison phone calls are off the chain. Ron's responses are hilarious. Duty Ron. God damn, dude. God damn. So good. They were very good. I want a compilation of his responses. Dance the eating dogs and cats. Oh, be pretty, please. Dance the eating dogs and cats? I don't know what that means. Who? Oh, that Nathan guy, dude. That guy's a fucking prick. He was talking shit. That Nathan guy put me a long time ago. He was pissed that I defended Vicky. I'm like, dude. I'm not going to go after. She was a child. That guy's fucked, dude. I don't like that guy. Fuck him. But you still fucking rule. You fucking rule. Your homie's a little weird, but it's okay. I have weird homies that talk shit to people, and I'm like, man, I don't know what's wrong with them. Fuck them. But listen, you fucking rule. But that Nathan guy, he needs to chill the fuck out. Dawn Marie does have a great... Daisy and Dawn have great accents. Actually, you all have great accents. Daisy and Dawn have, like, very cool, thick accents. Very cool. You did hear a bird in the back. It's a sign, dude. It's a sign. You're welcome, Dawn Marie.
Play a short tune.
Moose Antler.
Hear how it sounds.
Who's this lady coughing? Miss Parks, you're on to me. That's why we're playing this. This is the call of the Aunt Deb. When your Aunt Deb is off being a whore and drunk and probably on God knows what, just kidding, she doesn't do any of that. But your Auntie Deb is a whore, and this is how you call her. You get a man in Alaska to play a moose flute, and that's how you summon your Auntie Deb from the trash bags in the alley. This will work. Duty Ron's going to bed. Should we call him and play this for him? This is your nighttime goodnight song, Duty Ron. It was written for you by other brother Kenneth. Oh, Dawn Marie. Okay. Okay, we'll do it. We'll play it. We'll fucking play it. Let's take that down. Good idea. First, let me talk to Des and Coey for a second before I forget. So I was going through the past comments, right? Des and Coey, you guys live by me, right? And you're like, when are you doing a show next? And I missed it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you. I just didn't see it. I will post any upcoming shows in my community post forum. And I know that Daniel lives near me. I know Calamity. If any of you guys are from Texas and you want to come to a show the next time I have one, I will personally email you. Just let me know. I'll put a post up when the next one is. I also only try to promote good shows. I'm not going to have you drive to an open mic. That would be fucking wild and insane. I do plan on coming to San Antonio soon. I'm going to be honest with you. Last time I tried to book a gig at LOL, I think I called the guy British instead of Welsh, and that might have pissed him off. I don't know what's going on with that. I just never heard from him again. There's also drama going on at the other two comedy clubs. I don't know what it is. I don't know whose side I'm on. So I don't know what's going on there. I will find out, and then I will pick a side, and then I will make a show. And then maybe we could do a live. What if we did a live this in San Antonio or in Houston at like the Secret Room or in Austin at Creek? The thing is, if 5 people show up, I'm going to get in trouble. So if you're in Texas and you want to go to a show, let me know and I'll make you one. But it might not be for a minute. It might be a few weeks. You know what I mean? Your ears have not been assaulted. That was beautiful. That's the call of the Deb whore. The Deb whore. A new bird. A new bird. Let's hear him again. Moose antler, man. I like him. Dude, you should do it. You should do it. Mhm. You know me, I know you mean the bag for the bagpipes, but it looks like you're like, where's his bag? Like his money. And that's very funny to me. Of course he's serious. He killed a whole ass moose for this to summon the Dapor. Deborah, did you hear that? The bird. Deborah. I heard Deborah. What did you hear? Let's hear it one more time. This is the call of the Dapor. I did not plan any of this, by the way. This is just working out. Time is a flat circle. Sonny sent me that book. And then Holly Sawbone sent me the scrunchie and the Jesus Hoogan Christ. And then all of a sudden I find the Pupatrocta pin. I mean, it's all coming together. This was sent to us. This is a message. We are in the Hunger Games. Someone has sponsored us and sent us an antibiotic in the form of this man playing a moose flute to summon the Dabhor, which the bird lets you know ahead of time. Let's hear it again. Deborah. Mm-hmm. Miss Parks, you're beautiful. That's true. First of all, this man looks like Richard Dreyfuss. He is Mr. Holland's Opus, and I'm Rowena, and he just played the theme. I'm into this. I'm very into this. Let's see if your Aunt Deb's horror ass came back in. You don't have to look for it. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. And also, like, it's not your, like, it has nothing to do with you. I'm just telling you, like, that guy's a fucking prick, and very surprised at that, but you didn't know. And probably should have just contacted you afterwards. That's on me. That's my bad. But also, like, fuck that guy. Like, fucking, he can eat a dick. Also, coming in the bus soon. Have you come in it yet? I'm sorry. That was inappropriate. I'm on a roll. I am on a roll. Not ecstasy, just coffee. I am a roll. I'm a dinner roll. I am. I'm a dinner roll of a human. Rock Chalk, thank you for being here. You guys go to Rock Chalk's channel. What are you going to call your channel now? Rock Chalk's Bus Adventures? Rock of Love Bus. We have to figure this out. You need to do a Rock of Love Bus knockoff. You have to do it. You have to do it. Ah, ha, 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 says AJ. I have a cousin in San Antonio I should visit. You should, Mia Bidol. You should. Because I would love to do... I'd love to have you come up and talk about that cock situation. The ex that you had with the fake cock that was built in, he had the robo dick. We learned a lot that day. We really did. Duty Ron saw that one, I believe. That would be awesome. Let's do it. Let's figure it out. Maybe we can make that our girls trip. Breeze Dog, if you do a girls trip, we gotta, how do we hire this man to play the flute for us? How do we do it? Does she? Let's call her. Let's call her. And normally I'd call her on speakerphone, but she's such an offensive whore that if I do that, she might say something terrible. She really is crazy. I love her so much. Let's give her a call. Let's call her. She called me 20 hours ago. Let's live call. Live call. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share the screen for you so you can watch Kenneth one more time. And then we'll watch the eat the dogs, eat the cats thing. And then we'll do the show. I'm calling Aunt Deb. I'm calling that whore. I'm calling her.
This is Kinnaid. I'd like to give a short review of my new practice chanter by David Lindsay. Excellent workmanship. Has the larger feel right holes. Made of striped ebony. Trimmed
The whore.
with moose.
We're playing the whore flute to summon you, the moose flute.
Play a short tune.
Listen, we're playing a moose flute to summon your bitch ass. I'm leaving a voice message right now. You're not here. Kenneth played the flute. A bird screamed Deborah. It's the song of the whore, and you're not here. What's the point in you having a summoning song if you're not going to show up? Get your shit together. Do your walk of shame and call us back. Bye. All right, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Hear how it sounds.
What the fuck? You can't hear it? You couldn't hear any of that. You couldn't hear the moose flute song? Oh, no. What happened? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Now we can hear it, but not before. Okay. Let's see. It's fine. You've already heard it. You can hear it now? Okay, great. All right. Well, you've already heard it. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull up. I'm pulling back up. Pull up. Blah, blah. Yeah, that guy's awesome. I like him. I'm glad we stumbled upon him. His moose flute does not work on your Aunt Deb, the Debhor flute. When I was leaving a message, he was paused. Oh, shit. That's what happened? Damn it. All right. Here's what we're going to do. I told you guys that we'd watch this a minute ago. And if I didn't have this song stuck in my head, we wouldn't be watching it. But it is in my head. In my head again. I know that's not the words. Leroy in my head. Here we go. But you guys loved it so much. You loved it so much.
The cats, they're eating the dogs. Eat the cat, eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Eat the cat, eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
I feel like, okay, I usually only work on rap as like a ghostwriter or to write shit for other people, but I feel like I might write. I'm going to make a rap to this. Like, it's happening. And this is going to be the hook. And I'm going to contact them and make sure they're okay with it. I will put the creator of this in the bottom. I think their name is like Trumpo or some shit. They just take, it's kind of like the auto-tune the news. I cannot stop watching this shit. It's so fun. Look, I don't like the guy. I don't know how you feel about him. I fucking hate him. Yet, somehow, I can't get enough of the song. I'm kind of glad he said it. It was horrible, but I'm glad he said it so we could have the song, if anything. You know what I mean? It's very good.
Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the.
Also, how many of you in your head go, eek the cat, eek the cat? Do you remember Eek the Cat, the cartoon? You feel bad for the cats? They're not really getting eaten. That's what's great about it, though. Nobody's actually eating cats. He just lied. He does that. Listen, anytime you deal with big real estate developers, anybody in commercial real estate, they're fucking lying all the time. It has nothing to do with politics. That's literally their job. Rex's whole job was to fake building codes just to get people to slide in a little bit under the radar and cause fire hazards. Like, this is what they do for a living, not politicians, just real estate people. Now, TV people lie more than real estate people. So he was in TV. So, whoa, that's a level up. Then you get to politician. It's like, well, your whole fucking life's a lie. So when they say things that scare you, don't be scared. They're just lying. It's great. And you can make songs about it and not feel bad because they're lying or they're wrong. So it's fun. It's fun. No one's eating cats in Ohio. If they are, it's like a select 5 people and they're probably dabbling into some form of dark magic. This is why your Aunt Deborah the Horse stays away from voodoo, if you want to be honest. Like, she won't let me do voodoo. I've tried. I'm trying to learn about voodoo. And she's like, don't even say that to me. And I'm like, come on, give me some of your hair. Give Pop some of your hair. The point is, the great thing about them being liars, you would think that most people get upset. Yeah, used cars too. Oh my God, used cars. Absolutely antisocial salespeople. Vu don't, Tiffany. You're grounded, and that's hilarious. Now, Canton people will eat cats. Canton people do eat cats. They absolutely do. That was fucked up. That woman was having a psychotic episode, and the cops' response to that was like, oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God, dude. Like, that woman was in the throes of something. That was horrible. You talking about in Ohio? I thought you were talking about. Oh, was that in Ohio? I thought it was in Canton, Massachusetts. Was she in Canton, Ohio? Well, I didn't know that. Well, there's one woman eating cats in Canton. It's a body cam. It's a woman. If you guys, are we talking about the same one? It's a lady who people call, and the whole like neighborhoods are standing around her, and they call the cops, and the cops show up. She ate a cat, and she was eating it when the cops rolled up. It is a disturbing body cam. This woman was having a severe. It was Ohio. Is that why he said that? One person eats a cat and all of a sudden everybody's cat eaters. We had one school shooter who shot up Uvalde. Are we all school shooters? That's crazy. That is actually more crazy. I don't think it was bath salts though. I think she was having like a severe fit of schizophrenia, I believe, because I was reading some shit on it. I didn't realize that was Ohio. I actually didn't know where it was. And when you said Canton, I assumed Massachusetts. That's how hardcore Massachusetts people are. I assumed it was a Massachusetts who ate a cat. Wow. Yeah, that, you know what's odd, Tiff, is one of the body cam cops said she still got fur stuck in her mouth. It was hard. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Nobody watch it. It's horrible. So a person ate a cat. Now they're all eating cats. That's not true. Yeah, I did assume Canton, Mass. That was on me. But I assumed it because of Jill. You saw the snaggletooth. If anyone's going to eat a cat, it's going to be Jill. I was wrong. That was on me, or Jen, whatever. Yeah, there is one. There is one eating cats. There's one person in Ohio who ate a cat. I'm shocked he watched that body cam, honestly. Who sent him that? Holy shit. You've seen more than one in Ohio? No. Really? Or just in general? I mean, there are people who have done that in the throes of mental illness or, yes, flocka, shit like that. Yeah, don't watch it. It's bad. But, like, yeah, it's a lot. God damn. Walk Among the Tombstones, you are grounded. You are so grounded. And you get this.
The dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating.
She was an American citizen. That's important information. Yep, she was. And she was in Ohio, apparently, not Canton, Mass. Good night, family. Good night, Web Weaver. Have a good night. There is a cat eater in almost every town. That's actually something I can stand by. I do believe there might be. There might be. A dude was roasting one. Okay, that's enough. We can't. Really? Ugh. Haitians? Oh, that's crazy. In Ohio, of all places, if you've seen Haiti, it's going through some serious shit. So, like, people are starving and dying, and it's awful. It is very, very spooky and horrible and so sad. And a lot of it is, it's a lot of other people's fault. Let's just say that. But yeah, like, I don't think everybody in Ohio is. Shit, even 3 or 4 people doing it doesn't mean all of them. And also, like, I don't know. That seems kind of crazy. I don't think so. Any Canton is just don't go to Canton, really. That's the only cats they eating in Ohio. Yeah, that's it. Not that many. Yeah, the Chihuahua's twerking. I don't own cats. Allergic, but how can one eat a cat? I don't know. She was eating it. It was bad. It was upsetting. I got very upset. I did cry at that video. I didn't like that video at all. That was upsetting, as it should have been. It was also upsetting for many reasons because she was completely calm and her eyes were, excuse me, got a little cat hair stuck in. I'm just kidding. You could see her eyes were like, she was not there. She was going through some shit. The Venezuelan gangs in Aurora are eating cats. How many Venezuelan gangs are there in Aurora? Hello, Dapple. It's supposedly Haitian immigrants, which doesn't sound far-fetched because they aren't from here and don't really know about pets. I don't think, no offense to them. Oh, interesting. I mean, to be fair, if they are refugees or something who just came from Haiti and that's happening, totally possible. You know, they literally are starving over there. So, interesting. Interesting. Bangor, Maine cat eater was left dead in apartments and was eaten by cats. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So it comes back around. Yep. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's not, I mean, a lot of it's not their fault. Yes, the Donner Party did eat the fuck out of each other. Unfortunately, one of my favorite comedies of all time came from that incident. If you've ever seen Cannibal the Musical by Trey Parker and Matt Stone, who made South Park, they wrote an amazing musical about that. And it was really good. Yeah, Sherilyn, been that hungry, never that hungry. Same. I would never eat the Hoogan. I'd let the Hoogan eat me. One bite at a time, Rock. Jesus. You kids. Yeah, I still like the video. That's what's crazy. No, not that video. You won't watch the cat eating video. Good. But this video, I mean, come on.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eating.
Young Black Economist, did you hear this shit? Trump said I mean, 1 or 2 cats get ate, fine, whatever. It's not fine, but it happens. But it doesn't mean all of Ohio's doing it. But we got a banger out of it. So that's the good news. We got a banger. This is the banger. The kids love it.
The cats, they're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs.
Exactly,
They're
Michelle.
eating the cats. Eat.
And in Liberia, they have to eat people because we fucked them up. And it's called Monrovia because of President Monroe, right? Like, that was our shit. We fucking, if anything, cajoled them into trusting us and then fucked them so bad. And now they're in this fucked up position. And they have to eat people in some parts. The rape rate is at like 98%. It is a horrific place. And it's 100% our fault, in my opinion. So it's kind of weird to see someone use shit like refugees are eating a cat, if that is what he was referring to. It's kind of weird when it's like kind of our fault. But anyway.
The cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat.
That is such a Young Black Economist thing of you to say is Doge. It is Doge. And also, did you do HODL? Were you in that whole GameStop thing? Ugh. I went through that. I wish you were here at the time, Young Black Economist, because I fucked myself pretty bad. But that's beside the point.
Cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat.
You know what? It's your birthday. No more pet eating talk. I agree. Can we hear one more time, though, the banger?
Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're
I will link. Let me take this down. I will link it to you. Here's, I'm going to put it on. Oh, it's going to play loudly and I apologize. There we go. It is Poppy Trumpo on Twitter. There you go. At Poppy Trumpo on Twitter. And he takes goofy things these fellas say and he makes them into song. He makes them into song. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop a banner up. Create banner. Love making banners for you kids. Finding this a very enjoyable process. Also, you see scrolling across the bottom, Feral HOOGAN Edition prints available now. I did get more. I got more. And I got some proofs on some other prints that should be here in the next 2 days. And I'll post those in the store tonight. Brand new ones. And they look good. So I should have them in the next 2 days. So may as well put them up now. Poppy Trumpo. Anyway. It's a good banger. It's a good song. I really like it. My cat will fuck you up if you come for her. Absolutely. 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 My name has been released. Your name has been released? Excellent. All right. Anyway, the Chihuahua twerks just like Aunt Deb. You're right. Just like your aunt. Yeah, Kenneth, don't write a poem about the people eating cats in Ohio. We don't need that. We don't need that. It's going to be upsetting. Don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. All right. I want to talk to you about actually some real shit. But you kids are keeping me on my toes. Kenneth said okay. All right. I said offhanded comment about being a liberal in a Dan Markel chat, and some people got triggered, and I didn't understand why. Now I know. Bitch, I'm busy writing a thesis. I am not affected by the news. Exactly. Like, man, I'm fucking busy. I've gotten quite a few emails about shit that other creators have said or done. And I'm like, I don't care. I blocked them for a reason. I just don't care. I'm fucking busy. I'm busy trying to live. I'm in the throes of a hard period that won't go away again. I don't have time to find out who ate a cat. And then it pops up in my algorithm and I'm like, damn, this song is great. Who is Dan Markel indeed? Indeed. That's how you know fucking Dan Markel can get fucked. Nobody, who cares, dude? That guy, anybody who gets pissed at you for being in the throes of a thesis does not understand how to better themselves. Young Black economist. They don't. It's like, oh, you're doing something to better yourself? Stop and fucking learn about all this bullshit that doesn't matter. They could have just showed you this banger, and that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. People in that town feel that the town economy has improved since their arrival. I really don't like people making assumptions about people because they are from a different country. True. Me neither. You know, here I should say in San Antonio, there was a huge Afghani population of refugees that came, and they were offered low-income housing. They had specific apartments set aside for them. You know what I mean? Like specific ones. This is for you to live because you are a refugee. And one of the little girls of one of those families was kidnapped, Lena Sardar Keel. The amount of racist shit and assumptions made by people because of where they were from. The amount of people who were like, oh, it must have been like, literally they were saying it had to have been someone from back where they're from because no one would do that to a little girl who's Muslim in San Antonio. Excuse me? First of all, a pedophile is a pedophile. I don't think it's about that. But the fact that people made presumptions that this family was working with terrorists or must have done something. Whoo! And what's crazy is where they're from. The family culture, it's a lot like the Latino family culture. You grow up and you stay home usually, and like everybody lives together. The families are like this, dude, like this. And so it's normal to stay home and live with your family or to take care of your family. I have a Pakistani friend who takes care of his whole family because he's the man of the house now. You know what I mean? So where they came from, they suffered a lot. And then they came here for a better life, and to have your kid kidnapped at a place that's supposed to be hopes and dreams and fairy tales and fantasy and beautiful and wonderful and it's all great, opportunities galore. They were so just mind fucked from it, and they were crying. The mom didn't want to come on the TV before the news because in their culture, you don't do that. To be on the media and to have your face revealed criticizing anyone is not a thing. They can't do it. It's like really bad. And because she didn't want to do that, people gave her shit. Oh, she must know something. And because where they come from, a bunch of people, it's normal to let your kids all wander around with one adult from one of the families watching them. And then another adult comes and takes their place while they go do their errands or laundry, whatever they're doing. So your kids are all together and you've got 5 or 6 moms and they're basically passing the buck off to each mom one at a time to watch them because that's how tight knit they are over there. Like they have that family fucking mentality. We're all watching out for each other. So when they came here and they're all in the same apartment complex, right? All these refugees from Afghanistan, whenever one is out watching all the kids, the others go and do what they need to do. Now in San Antonio, on that side of town, not a good idea, but they didn't know that, right? They didn't know that. In their culture where they're from, it's okay. So a lot of people made judgments about them. Like, this family shouldn't have left their kids with all these people. They shouldn't have done this. That's not okay. That's not okay to just leave your kid unsupervised, which they weren't. People assume the worst of them. And I fucking hate that, because I looked into that case a lot. And the person who the police think did it, not someone from there. Not someone from Afghanistan, not a fellow refugee. In fact, someone from San Antonio who had been in and out of prison for kid diddling, believe it or not, who happened to be a neighbor. Got raided soon after because of that. Because he was doing that shit to kids. And still, they refused to release his name, even though they identified everything else about him on the news. And it pisses me off because people still make presumptions that it was like a fatwa or a hit or revenge from someone overseas, and that like they shouldn't have done that. It's just so wild to me. And I just don't know why people don't really understand that other cultures have different mentalities. I have no idea if Haitian people ate a cat or not, but the fact that they would think that even if one did, that it would be all groups is insane to me. That is wild as fuck. People need to educate themselves. And again, I state the only good thing that came out of it was this banger. And I think it's kind of funny that everyone's making fun of him for it, because they should, because that was ridiculous. Shouldn't have said that in a debate. Shouldn't have said that at all. But he did. The only good thing was that song. Oh, I have some serious shit. Tonight we're going to talk about spotting sex trafficking in your neighborhood. And I think it's going to be very important because these are kind of alternative ways to do it. A lot of people don't really consider what they have at their disposal just watching the evening news on cases that they want to find a lot about, but they're keeping it under wraps for some reason, or the police won't release certain info. And if you're the child of a teen or a 20-something-year-old, or even if you're a 30-something-year-old yourself or a 20-something-year-old yourself, and you're concerned about what to look out for, or how are they doing this shit under my nose? Something came on the news the other night I was watching, and I was like, I think this would be really helpful to show people and to talk about. So we're going to do that in a little bit. And what time are we on? We're at 1:08. So we'll start at 1:15, I think. Let me get through some of these. Dan's case is actually wild, but fuck those people. Dan Markel, law professor, dad of 2 boys, who had a hit contracted on him by his ex-wife family. Oh, I didn't know about that. Shit. Afghani food is fucking delicious. And we also have a bunch that came here in Austin, and they have their own, like, basically House Marianella set up a whole thing for them. As well as the people who are refugees from the border, and they all live together, and it smells so good when you walk by. They make the best food. They're the sweetest people. He had a hitman hired by his ex-wife. Big case. Lots of people cover it. Am I getting him confused also with the guy who is dating Savannah Chrisley? Is that the same one? My husband has done humanitarian work in Haiti. They're really suffering. I'm glad the U.S. accept me too. Dude, I'm telling you, Haiti and Liberia are 2 of the worst suffering cases I've ever seen, aside from parts of Mumbai. Like, when you look at, there's documentaries. We'll do an episode where we talk about some of these places and what's going on there. Because I don't think people understand. Sometimes they see refugees or they see immigrants as, you know, oh, they just want to come over here and commit crime. And that is the most closed-minded bullshit I've ever heard in my life. If you saw what they were going through and living through, I think you'd change your mind. And it'd be cool to show people some of that. The video, but don't really know the context. Thank you. Mother-in-law goes on trial this week. Is that for Dan? I'm covering that trial, says Miss Shorty. Damn. Have you done a deep dive onto Trump's latest no, I don't fuck with shootings. I like that one time we talked about a shooting put me in a depression for like a week. I don't like shootings. I don't care who people are trying to shoot at. I just don't like. I can't do like anything that's a mass hysteria over a shooting or something. It fucks me up. It fucks me up. If I could, I would, but I just like, I get so fucking annoyed. And I also get mean because I get very passionate and I don't want to be that way. We should be pressuring Biden to pass a police reform bill to protect people of color, in my opinion, like before he leaves office. Absolutely. I wish he would have packed the courts, frankly, because then we could have our freedom of choice back. But I don't know. I do wonder if I used to hate it when people would make fun of his mental decline, but like, I do wonder if there's something going on there and if that's why we don't see him as much. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against refugees or anything. No one here is being mean to refugees. Yeah. No one here is, but like I'm saying in other places they are. Fuck, dude. It's bad. 3 people in Ohio are not judging them because they are from a different country, at least not that I've spoken to. Okay. We're just having civil discourse. Ain't that grand? We are. Hello, generational family living is not weird. Many cultures do it, and as a basic white bitch, I say bring it back, right? Like where all families live together. You know, it depends on the family. I'll say that because some families are fucking wild, and it's like for example, the Alberts. Could you imagine all of them living together again? Fuck, they need to be broken up. I'm fine with every country except Canada. Canada seems too perfect. They are duggars of countries. There's fucked up stuff going on behind the Ooh, Kenneth. Shots fired. You're worried about how perfect they are? I thought that I'm like, everything seems so nice there. And then I went there and I was like, everything's nice here. Except East Hastings Street is fucked. They got drug problems for sure. For sure. Themselves said they are being liberal, and I just wrote, thank God a liberal, I'm safe here. And 3 people were like, who cares? You're not safe here. Oh, Jesus. Fuck, dude. They just want to keep you on your toes, young black economists. They just every once in a while, they're like, I don't care about your spring break, bitch. It's like, damn. Oh, look, like, damn. But I didn't know he was okay again. Oh, shot at again. Explains why they get triggered. Is that a pun? Oh my God, young black economist. As it worsens, I think oh yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. It's not going to be because we want to be around family. It's going to be because no one can fucking afford anything. Is the economy more? Okay. We're seeing more racism in Canada again because of countries that we've helped destabilize. Doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. I don't know. See a visible hand of the racism and the economy. I didn't comment back because I put my phone down and kept reading. I don't care. It's just hilarious. Yeah, they get triggered. Secret Service saved him before the man got a shot off this time. Well, finally, at least they're fucking on top of it this time. They probably are terrified they're going to lose their fucking jobs. He threw him under the bus last time, but also he really didn't. We saw that shit. Like, they did not. Did you see the redneck guy who was like, man, I told him there's a guy over there. There's a guy over there. He's on the roof. He's on the roof. Like, and they did nothing. So crazy. You're at 1.5 speed. Oh, God bless you. That is crazy. I did watch myself on 1.5 speed and I was like, I need to calm down. And then I remembered I sped myself up. He went there for a month with his mom's church, just general assistance. This was the 90s and things have been a mess over there for decades. It's so upsetting that things have not improved. Oh, they've gotten so much worse. And then the earthquake, after the earthquake, so much worse. Yeah, he wasn't even really in danger. Okay, there you go. I mean, I think every kid who goes to school is in more danger than that guy at all times because at least he has people protecting him, for fuck's sake. Yeah, this is great. Practical. Okay, good. And also, the Adelson case? Wait, you talking about who fucking married Savannah Crisley? Who was the one? I always forget. The chick, and she went overseas to the Bahamas and she tried to have her husband, or she tried to say he tried to murder her, but really she was trying to murder him or something. And she was banging like a dockhand. It was weird. She was like a TikToker. Grandma Adelson goes on trial this week for her alleged. Oh, Dan Markel was the one where I didn't even know the victim's name in that one. Everyone's just talking about fucking Adelsons. Wait, that's the guy? Okay, I must have thought it was someone else. I was thinking of another podcast. I was thinking of a comedian whose name is Dan, who has a podcast and he gets people all fucking worked up. That is not. And he also had a whole thing with like someone threatening him. Miss Shorty is covering it nightly. Here, let me show you Miss Shorty's channel. I'm going to put, here's what I'll do. I'm going to put her link so you guys can check out her channel. Hold on, Miss Shorty. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. And she's done some work with the JonBenet case. And I'm actually myself going back and listening to all of that as we speak, Miss Shorty. And she covers cases. She's from Australia, so she has a great fucking accent. And she gets a lot of really cool people to talk about this shit that are directly involved, just like with Karen Reed. And you should go check her out. She's fucking great, dude. She's fucking great. What did Melissa say again? She's fucking killing me, dude. Shots fired. There you go. Indigenous people know Canada's not perfect. True, true. I have some Cree friends that I'm going to have on about their family. They have a missing persons case. The way the Cree people and any Indigenous people are fucking treated there is pretty fucking bad. It's pretty bad. Bah-ha-ha-ha-ha, says Miss Shorty. You still, says Alfonso Wells. Welcome, Alfonso. I don't know you, but welcome. I like your brown A. You're fun. Ha-ha-ha. You kill me, Melissa. It's okay. I'm used to living in different worlds. I'm a fluent code switcher. That's hilarious. I found out what code switching was a while back, like a couple months ago, and everybody already knew. I totally thought it was something different, and I had been using it in sentences when speaking to people in a totally different context. And now that I look back, very funny, but they must think I'm insane. Blacks, says Alfonso Wells. I don't know your question. I don't know what you mean. Blacks? I don't know. I don't. What? Interesting. Give me a full sentence, though, Alfonso, so I can answer. I'm trying to figure out what context that would have been. I'm pretty far behind, though. I can say I'm not liberal, just common sense. Okay. I'm on the fence with everything. I'm permanently stuck on the fence. Might be better, but I'm scared to say that because knowing my luck, you would hit even more construction there. Oh, shit. There's construction going on? What's a Cobra chicken? Oh, Jesus. You're Canadian? Yeah. Kenneth is Canadian as fuck. He sent me all those snacks the other night. Gonna eat poutine this week. You about to lose your job. Oh, my God. Fuck. Now that's in my head. One's in the chat. If before we get started, you want to watch You're About to Lose Your Job, which, by the way, I follow her on Instagram. Her life got really better. That song ended up helping her whole life. It got her out of a situation. It got her off of drugs. She got her kids back. Her life was going well. She had some suffering at the hands of a shitty landlord recently, but I hope she's doing well. And that was a banger. Lindsay Shiver. So her husband, who got the hit put on her, is now banging Todd Crisley's daughter. Or, yeah, Savannah Crisley. That's his new lady. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Oh, you like that, young Black economist? I treat people the way they treat me, but I don't judge the whole country by saying, yeah, exactly. You can't, dude. Everybody's different. You've been waiting for this since Charlie's trial. This case is my baby. Excellent. I have no doubt you will cover it thoroughly. Did you see they brought the Green River killer from prison in Walla Walla for more murder charges? I saw that they were planning on it, or the news predicted it. I didn't know that they went through with that, starring that. We will look into that. He is back in Seattle. Ooh, fuck. Well, they uncovered some bodies in some bramble a while back. I don't know if it was months or even a year at this point. But anytime you hear bodies in bramble and you're in Oregon or Washington, is it Jesperson, right? Is that Melissa Moore's dad? Whoever that was. I can't remember his name. I think it was, is it Keith Hunter Jesperson? Him, Ted Bundy, and Green River Killer, you got to look out for, because all of them left bodies in bramble. So it depends. Like, is it an old body or a new body? Also, all of them were around the same decade. So, they got to do a lot for that. And I think they do run it all through. Okay, so you don't know about You're About to Lose Your Jobs? All right. We'll play it then. And then we'll get started. But I'm very interested in this Green River development. Definitely too. Definitely too. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Hello, Vinarama. Welcome to the group. I like your kitty. You've been driving the bus all day, Rock? Woo! The Rock of Love bus. There will be blackberries involved almost always. Absolutely. Absolutely. The thing is, all I said was thank God a liberal, I'm safe, and that pissed people off. I didn't even declare my own political tape, which is not liberal at all. Yeah, exactly. And even if you weren't, the fact that you mentioned liberalism is going to piss people off. Hilarious. Yeah, wild blackberries are vines of evil. Anytime you see blackberries or a bramble bush, it's probably one of those fucking turds. Gary Ridgway is an asshole. He's a huge prick. He's a huge prick and a nightmare of a person to interview. All of his interviews, I'm like, oh, I feel so bad for them having to put up with it. Haven't heard much about Liberia since the 90s. Dude, Vice did an incredible documentary on Liberia. It's still trucking. It's still suffering. It's all our fault. Someone needs to help them. Asked my economics professor, why do we need profit as a species since we still existed without it hundreds of years? He was not happy. Yes, I'm all about the barter system. I think Alaska has it down. So I'm like, damn, it'd be cool to barter. It'll be if I come to Austin, I need to meet. Oh, dude, yes. Let's go hunt for McConaughey, the elusive beast. Come. Lori Lowe, how are you feeling today? How are you feeling today? Also have not watched the LISC conference or whatever was said today yet. Wanted to wait for you kids. I mean, if you're going to bury bodies, walk among the tombstones, do it in Bramble. Do it in the fucking berry bushes. And they'll totally get blamed on those douchebags. But also, don't have bodies. Don't have bodies, tombstones. Don't have bodies. Girl, you're going to catch a case. Remember Michael Jackson's Liberian Girl? Oh, I don't know. Had a horrible nightmare that Lisk was trying to smoke me out of my house last night. Oh, smoke you out in your house or smoke you out of your house? Those have very different meanings. It's not that profit is necessary. It's that trade is. Ooh, here we go. Here we go. Let's get in on it. Just got home and joined OB. Hello, Jen's Tooth. We were just talking about Jen's Tooth. Loved How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Sexy, sexy, sexy. I actually really liked that Zoe Deschanel movie with old football guy and Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew. It was a horrible, what was it called? Failure to Launch. Horrible movie. But the side plot was Zoe trying to kill that bird. Very funny. Very funny. The conference was, I thought it was today. Let's check. Is it tomorrow? Oh, shit. Okay, let's see. Because I saw people discussing it like it already happened. So let's see. I was wondering, like, why would they do it on a Sunday? But I just assumed I had my days wrong. I guess not. Maybe it wasn't today. I haven't watched it yet. I also thought it was out already. I guess not. Let's see. Does anyone know? Was there one today? Does anybody know? Here's what we're going to do. You're about to lose your job. We're going to watch that. It's 9:45 a.m. Monday, Sunset Rising says. Thank you, Sunset Rising. Then we will, tomorrow evening, we'll go through it. Good. I didn't miss it. Excellent. Great. Maybe we could watch it live. Who knows? Also, I've seen people saying that they're going to reveal the identity of Peaches. I don't necessarily know if that's what's going to happen, but I have seen rumblings and have a feeling that it's actually going to be the Asian man, the Asian male. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm not going to say why, but I just have a feeling that they're probably going to talk about that and they might reveal more about Peaches. I have some thoughts on Peaches. I'd like to talk to some more people about it first. But I do know that family members who are related directly to the person known as Peaches have spoken out. I reached out to one of them who claimed she did mild OSINT. She is legit. The issue is, and if you guys didn't hear this on a past episode, the issue is that essentially that family lives kind of like a Southern Quaker lifestyle, if you will. They don't believe in bullshit like DNA tests. They don't believe in a bullshit like the media, the news. They don't see it as in any way helpful or good for them to take 23andMe. They think it's the devil, not this person, but this person's family. And the person closely related, or potentially anybody who's closely related in the elders who they would need to get the DNA from to compare. You're never going to get on their property. It's just they don't want to talk to the police. They're not going to call anyone back. They don't understand the situation. They don't know who Rex is. They don't believe in DNA tests. It is literally like a very real Calvinist Quaker situation in the Deep South. If they don't believe in it, you're not going to get them to do it. It's just not going to happen. They also don't want to be related to the victim of a serial killer, especially one that they presume could potentially be a sex worker. And it's not because they hate sex workers or anything like that. It's literally, this is how super religious people are who are in that space, i.e. the Calvinist, old school fire and brimstone philosophies, the Quaker philosophy. Like it's like asking an Amish person to take a DNA test. It's not going to happen. So until they want to reach out or do that or take the calls from the police, it's likely that they are not going to do that. How is a man who died in 1963 linked to her? That could be the potential great-grandfather of whoever was this person whose sperm created her. That guy could have died, and then the kid could have lived, grown up, and then had her, if that makes sense, Daisy. So I think that that's what's going on there. And it makes total sense. And there are so many branches on that family tree. It would really be impossible, I think, for them to narrow down exactly who it is without getting at least one of those people to cooperate. And I don't know if they have, and neither does the relative. So it's difficult. But how do they have his DNA and no one else's? They don't have no one else's. They've got other people's. But again, having those other people still doesn't tell them. It just tells them this person is a distant cousin. And it still connects upwards to that person because no one in between has done 23andMe because of religion. So when you see a really old one, that matches, and a really young one, that changes things, right? Now, this guy, for some reason, could have been he could have been buried, and they could have exhumed him without us knowing in order to test it because maybe they had a lead. They could have it for God knows what. It could be preserved for, all sorts of scientific reasons. He could have donated DNA a long time ago for something. They could have had a family heirloom that they were able to give to the police. I don't know. But what I do know is that one of the few people who has a connection to her has already been in contact with the police, and there are so many family members, like so many. And this person was connected to the female name. And she's related to a family that has a branch on it that is directly related to the two names that they gave. And in that big hunk of family tree, those people are fucking in a religion where you don't get DNA tests, and you don't watch the news, and you don't do a lot of things like that. It's like too old for that shit type of stuff. Yeah, I do wonder also, did she have a photo or something? Also there is a possibility that it could have something to do with the baby, right? Could be like a paternal side. I don't know. I don't really know. I just know that there are people who are basically in that family tree who will never give their DNA for any reason, never have. They religiously do not, they're like, we don't watch TV, we don't know about Rex Heuermann, don't bring that negativity into our. The point is, if these are people who knew that there is a family member who was murdered by a serial killer, and that serial killer primarily murdered sex workers, and we think you might be related to the sex worker, that shut shit down for them right away. Does that make them bad people? I don't know. That's not why we're here. I'm just saying that shuts that shit down for them right away. So this family member, trying to get various members of her lineage, some she doesn't even talk to anymore, to do this DNA test, would reveal that perhaps someone had sex out of wedlock. And if that happens, that is not a good reflection upon them. And some people take it that seriously. I do think that they might already have an idea of who it is. But I think that whatever they're going to announce, if it is Peaches related, I fucking hope so. Then that is fantastic. And they kept that shit tight as fuck. However, I think they're going to talk about Asian male doe, because a couple of people have said that who have been right this whole time. And they are media personalities that have direct links to the police and know exactly what's going on and have gotten hints. And when they put their feelers out, even if the police had it filtered through them, she's been right every time. She's been right about everything. So that's a trick. If you guys want a little OSINT trick, if you ever see, yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's kind of a DNA process of elimination. Yes. If you eliminate 20 people, you still have 40 people and then all their family tree lineage. So it's like, fuck. And they had a lot of kids there in that family. My in-laws are from South Korea and got upset. My mom and her family comes from Mexico. They were laughing. Oh, shit. You are legit the best person. You finally made it make sense. There was never any official about DNA, but I think that was made up by sleuths. But this makes sense. Oh, thank you. No, and here's the thing. The reason I know this, and I'll tell you why I know it. I'll tell you how I know it. I'll tell you how I deduce this. Because it's not any trickery. I didn't go in and hack anything. I didn't speak directly to anybody in the investigation about this specific issue. It's because I saw a woman leave a comment a long time ago about it. About how she is a member of this family, and please, a couple of people had messaged her at the time and overwhelmed her, and she was like, please, just everybody chill. I am related to this family member, and here's why. No one's released anything yet. It's not like we won't take. She basically said, me and my cousin have both taken DNA tests for this, and they still were not able to figure it out because we have so many people above us in our family tree. And then above that, like, people in her family had like 10, 11 kids at a time. And they're in the deep South. And she explained that they have a lot of property and it's kind of like a compound, but it's not like basically they're private, and they're like, not her, but the family that would need to take those DNA tests that are more connected or related, if you will. And everybody destroyed her. They shit on her. They ripped on her. They talked shit to her. They were mean as fuck to her. Which some of you know who you are, can probably relate to. Wink, wink. They fucked with her hard. And I saw that comment and I did the OSINT. I looked into it and it made sense. And I found information that did link her eventually to that name. And I looked at property records and saw the names in property records, that they once lived there, that they were once married, that this once was. And then I found the day that certain things were announced, her cousin, who she spoke about, being shocked and discussing this. So if they were lying, that's a long game lie, and they would have had to be mind readers. I don't believe there are mind readers. So to me, it's like, this makes sense. With that said, I waited a while, and then I did some more forensic genetic genealogy with the information that I had directly from police, if you will. Like, that was public. And again, it linked that way. But you have to skip that link a while because there are so many family members. And I did look into their history, their religion, the teachings that they were into. And I found everything she said makes sense. So when I go back, I screenshot that. I go back to find her comment. It's gone. She got bullied like a motherfucker. I felt bad for her. I waited. I reached out. I said, listen, I don't think you're bullshitting. I think you're telling the truth. Just out of curiosity, any chance that they did eventually give DNA, or is there anyone in your family you think might? And she talked to me a little bit and it made sense. Like, it's a situation where like these are people that she's not even that close to. It's like, I've heard of this person from my grandma type of shit. So like for her to approach them and ask them to was a big step, especially because you don't fucking do that. You know what I mean? Like, you'll get your fucking ass torn open by the elders in your family. But she took that chance and she's still trying to get them to. But I don't think she told me if there's any progress, she'd let me know. Haven't heard from her in a while. I'm not going to bother her about it. I think she would have commented, not just to me, but publicly to some of the people in some forums she's talked to and on her own Facebook, and she hasn't. So I don't know that maybe they'll announce it, but I don't know that they will. I do think Asian dough might be announced. Now, if they announce anything about peaches, fuck yes, dude. I hope so. I fucking hope so. Happy birthday to my friend YouTube Bad Actor, says B Frank. Thank you, B Frank. Look at your HOOGAN. My baby HOOGAN's over here somewhere. Look at your cute HOOGAN. It is adorable. Love that for you. Thank you for the $1.99, B Frank. But yeah, I do really hope that whatever they bring, let me put it this way. If they bring out information on peaches, that means those people cooperated, and that's wonderful. You know what I mean? That's fantastic. But I think it is going to be like a couple of other people have said, like reporters have said, I think it's going to be about Asian dough. But I also wonder if it's going to be about another case. I don't know if I should say where. I do wonder if it's going to be about another case too, like in addition to that. Elizabeth. Dad, I forgot to mention I found a bunch of cash from your site recommendation. You're welcome, Elizabeth. If you guys don't know what Elizabeth is talking about, I used to say it every week. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me, Elizabeth. If you go to unclaimed.org, oh my God, you're going to find that you might have cash waiting for you. Did you forget that your landlord owed you $1,000 and it took them 6 months and they didn't pay you and now you're pissed off and you just thought you lost that forever? Go back. It might be there. A new one that Rex is related to, or a totally separate one, in your opinion? A totally separate one. And one of the reasons I am not going to say who is because I don't want to put out anything that might not be true. And it's just my opinion. It's just like a little hunch. I do wonder. For a couple of reasons, but I really want to catch myself up on some stuff first before I say who, but like same time, I just don't want to like put out rumors, or I don't want someone to get married, do it overnight and make it a conspiracy theory and then it not be true. But I do think that there's one more. I mean, if it's the one I think it could potentially be, it wouldn't be from the Northeast. It would be from Vegas area. But I do wonder about that. I don't know though. Can they get the DNA on the down low, pizza crust style, and run it? That would be very hard. I don't know. Maybe. The problem is when they live by compound, I mean like thousands of acres, right? And if the home is close and if they burn their own trash, which is not to be like, definitely not to hide evidence. That's just how they are out in like Georgia and different places, like in Texas too. People burn their trash sometimes. I don't think these people would order pizza. I don't think they smoke cigarettes. Like, it's that serious. It's not for real. Like, they're very religious. And when I say Quaker, I mean Calvinist fire and brimstone type Quaker, but more Southern version. Almost like that Southern Baptist East Texas cult I was telling you about, but not as hardcore. Or maybe more hardcore. I don't know. It's just, they're just all elderly. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't really know necessarily. if they could really do that, like physically, if they could get to anything that they could do that with. I really don't. Also starring this because I've been working on a potential future episode. No, it's gonna happen. It's about all the times pizza caught a killer. There's a lot. I've talked about this before, I know, but there's a lot of times pizza caught not just a killer, a serial killer. Like pizza has saved a lot of lives, and I find it fascinating. So, anyway, you got $1,400? Fucking unclaimed.org, dude. Unclaimed.org, dude. I've claimed there in the past a few years ago. It's awesome, isn't it? I went there a few years ago, had $200 waiting. Jurassic 5 lyrics that I love. I love my country, but fuck the government. Jurassic 5 is so good. They were on a fucking Warped Tour soundtrack that I used to listen to. I think it was like 98. So fucking good. One of my sisters and her family lived with my parents. It's nice since my parents get to spend time taking care of their babies and it keeps them active and my parents are retired. Yeah, empty nest syndrome is real when families live together. Like we were talking about generational families. Like that is exactly why. It's perfect. It's the perfect setup. Unless you have a crazy mother-in-law or some shit, then it's not. Then it's bad. Then it's very, very bad. I should pay you to get money. My late dad left me. They won't give it to me because my social is off by a number. It's lots. He passed in 69. Been trying for years. They won't release it. I gave up. Contact me, Lori Lowe. What the fuck? Because your social's off by one number? I mean, I would get a lawyer. I could look at it and see if there's anything that you could do, but I think a lawyer could help with that. That's fucked up. Starring that. God damn, really? I'd be pissed. Yeah, I could see how they could do 2 press conferences at once just for the convenience. I wouldn't assume a conspiracy theory. Yeah, but other people would. That's a problem. I trust you kids, but there are other people who would just fucking eat me alive and be super into it or super hate me because of it. And it's like, this is just a thought I had, like, I wonder. And I just noticed some things going on with that other case recently that made me go, in the timing of this all. So I don't know, just a thought. Yeah, they love that shit, especially tonight. I think Baptist, but not, yeah, it's very much like Baptist. But here's the thing, I hesitate to even call it that because it is so, again, like the East Texas ones, dude. It's like Israel Key's family. Like they say Mormon, but they're doing Baptist shit. And by Baptist, I mean Southern Baptist. I'm allowed to say that because I also was in that religion. It's fucking shit. Yeah, pizza has saved so many lives. Pizza, the amount of pizza DNA that has solved so many fucking crimes, caught so many fucking killers is amazing. The Knoll. Yep, they do that in Vermont with burning trash. $98? 98? Oh, no, you're talking about the year. Yeah, 98. How come you guys can highlight names? What do you mean? I don't know what that means. What do you mean highlight names? Put OB on the case. Put me on it. Oh my God, my mom has a new life with her grands. It's great, right? It's great. And I feel bad because, like, my mom, I think she knows by now I'm not going to have kids. Like, it's just not going to happen. Also, I physically can't. Got a lot of ovarian issues. But also, I don't want to. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm too selfish. I don't know. I'm freaked out by it. I've got my HOOGAN and I'm happy. Also, childbirth just doesn't look like it's for me. I really do. I think that I would split everything. It would not go well for me. I don't think. And I kind of feel bad for that. But my little brother stepped in and he was like with his sperm. And now he's got like 3 kids. And my mom is having the time of her fucking life. And they love that shit. The elders love that shit. They love little babies crawling around them. They love that shit. It's the best. So helpful for me and my bro. People can highlight our names in the chat. Oh, I don't know how they do that. That's fascinating. Do you mean when we tag people, we just put the @ sign before their name and you have the name exactly right? There you go. Yeah, we the same, girl. No, send it to me. I think you need to go to a lawyer for that. That's fucked up. Social Security shit. Oh, God, dude. They make it so hard. If you lose your card, it is the worst. It takes forever. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. If you're on a yeah, just do the @ symbol. But the thing is, if they have a different name than their YouTube name, sometimes it won't highlight it. My brother had a child, or his wife did, shaking my head. Anyways, I don't feel, yeah, exactly. The second someone else does it, I'm like, yes, Leo. Dad, did you know about some man who kills, oh wait, who was a serial in Alaska with kill kits? He took a barista. Yeah, that's Israel Keys. And it was Samantha Koenig was the barista. And he's got kill kits all over the US. And he's got one in Texas. And he was busted in Texas right up the road from me. And he chased a girl at a gravesite right before he got caught, who was a friend of a friend. And that was shocking to find out. Didn't know that happened. No one on the news reported it. But yeah, he tried to kidnap a girl. Me too, Dad. I was grateful. Biology decide. Yeah, dude, fucking take care of it for me. I don't need that shit. I don't need my cunt split open for a fucking melon to pop out. No offense. Sorry, that was rude, but you know, I just don't need that in my life. It powered me up. Yeah, I got my aunt had babies. Those baby hormones made her such a great person. Made her at the time such a great person. She's a little off the chain now, but baby hormones do something. I think as you do, Benson, on this. Yeah, same. I wanted to be in the Walton family as a kid and now, yeah, because they fucking have $1 billion. You made a Yolanda commercial. Ooh, okay. Let's watch it, and then we're going to talk about sex trafficking. All right. Here, I'm going to hide current comment. We're going to pull up. I was watching a deck reveal from Josh and Mama's channel. They painted their deck, and I wanted to see what color, and now that's up. Let me delete that. Hold on just 1 second. Let me pull my email open while you kids talk amongst yourselves. Let's see. And I'm glad the internet's not being wonky like it used to be. That's nice, isn't it? Isn't it nice? So now it's not pausing as much. Let's see. Where is it? Adam. Here we go. Let me pause this and then show it to you kids. Okay. Let me do this and put this over here. Okay. All right. Let's watch Adam's commercial, shall we? Adam, you made us a commercial? It's for us? We have a commercial, you guys. Oh my God. This is exciting. This is exciting. Here we go. Baby Brian behind me. There we go.
It's Oblivious Benson, the Frasier of true crime. Join the cult. Worship all things mystery and her dog, the HOOGAN. With OSINT skills sharper than a detective's badge, comedy that'll crack your case wide open, and a cult you'll want to join. Because really, who wouldn't want to follow a dog? Yolanda! Subscribe now. Welcome to the weirdest corner of true crime.
Adam, incredible. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Showing it again because I need to check something. I saw something I have a question about. Hold on. Great commercial. Thank you for making that. It's rules.
It's Oblivious Benson, the Frasier of true crime. Join the cult. Worship all things mystery and her dog, the HOOGAN. With OSINT skills sharper than a detective's badge, comedy that'll crack your case wide open, and a cult you'll want to join. Because really, who wouldn't want to follow a dog? Yolanda!
Oh my God.
Subscribe now. Welcome to the weirdest corner of true crime.
I love this. This is incredible. Here's what I wanted to check on and why I did that is because I was like, I remember last time you showed this to me, it said Fraser, like you misspelled Fraser, and I loved that. I thought it was so funny, and I was like, no, leave it. And I don't know if I told you that, but you took it off. You took off Fraser misspelled. God damn it. You can leave it. If you ever misspell something, leave it. It makes it funnier. I guess unless it's like important. But that was great. I love this so much. I'm watching it again. We watch everything multiple times here.
It's Oblivious Benson, the Frasier of true crime. Join the cult. Worship
morning,
all
Tim
things
Boyd.
mystery and her dog, the HOOGAN. With OSINT skills sharper than a detective's badge, comedy that'll crack your case wide open, and a cult you'll want to join. Because really, who wouldn't want to follow a dog? Subscribe now. Welcome to the weirdest corner of true crime.
The Yolanda is perfect. Okay, I want to answer this question though. Sunset Rising. I am aware. I've seen a lot of discussions about people who claim, oh, Peaches is this, that, or the other. Now, I found a lot of old shit on the tattoo artist. I found the year that they started allowing tattoos in Connecticut, where his shop was. The year it opened was literally, I believe, a year before basically tattoos were just allowed the year before his shop opened. With the timing of Peaches, she would have been going in there pretty soon after its grand opening, right? So if you compare that to when tattoos were legal in, let's say, New York, Pennsylvania, it's a very interesting setup or story, but everything really does line up with some of the stuff that he said, the tattoo artist. So I noticed a lot of people dogging him, saying he might not be telling the truth, or he might have gotten things mixed up, or there might have been a bunch of tattoos with Peaches done at the time. Look, if it is the first year of you tattooing in a state that just made it legal, I do think he would have remembered, and I don't think he would have done thousands of Peaches of tattoos up to that point in that place. So it made sense to me. He said that in one interview I saw, and in an old news article where he was talking about tattooing, he said specifically dates of when certain things started happening. Like, we got the building on this date, we were up and running by this date, here's what we're going to offer. If you look at that with some of his past statements, everything lines up. Also, I have seen interviews where people have stated that she might have been biracial or potentially lighter skinned, if you will. It's very interesting because the woman who, it's not that first of all, she's not potentially Peaches at all. She is a cousin for sure of Peaches. Okay, so it's not potential. She is for sure. And in fact, I don't want to share too much, but I will say this woman gave a DNA test to the FBI because she is potentially a distant cousin. Even though she is, it helps them at all? None whatsoever. It doesn't help them, because that just kind of basically narrowed down what they already knew, if that makes sense. Like, they already knew that she had relatives that were younger, right? And you'd think you could work up from there, but there are so many people in this family tree, and it would have had to be somebody who was sleeping with or created a baby with someone kind of on the low, right? So with that in mind, it doesn't really, it kind of helps them by backing up what they know from DNA. They know that Miss May Pickens and that Mr. Lige were at one point married, but they were also, one of them was married before. And it kind of just, I guess, reassures them that they're on the right track. But even though they know this woman very well, the tattoo shops were illegal. Like, you could, like, if you were walking around with a tattoo, you wouldn't get in trouble, but they were illegal in the boroughs of Staten Island at the time when they found Christine Belusco's body. And she had a scorpion tattoo. And that's why people assumed she was from somewhere else, which she was. So it's pretty interesting. See, tattoos were illegal in South Carolina until about 20 years ago. That's even newer. So you can have them. But, well, that's another thing. Christine's would have been homemade. But if you look at Peaches, it is not homemade. That is Flash. In fact, the artist who created that Flash was a Sailor Jerry artist, someone who focused on the Sailor Jerry style. I used to tattoo briefly, and That's how I know this. It was a Sailor Jerry style peach. And people who make flash sheets, now they can copyright them, but back then they couldn't. And there weren't a ton of people getting peach tattoos in that state. There just weren't. You know, now there's a ton because it's legal almost everywhere. But in the 90s, if you got a peach tattoo that bright in color, it was kind of when people were transitioning into brighter pigmentation. Now, I think regardless of what the tattoo artist said, she does look light-skinned because of the picture we have of the peach tattoo on her. And I know that an orange or yellow pigment does not take very well the darker your skin tone, whether it's from tanning because of your race, whether it's because of where it is, because we can be lighter on parts of our skin and darker on other parts. But the way it pops, that pigmentation tells me a couple of things that I know for sure. And what I know for sure is that there is a point in time when colored tattoo ink became something that was very commonly used, and it was far before this. I also know that there are times that tattoo shops started popping up in certain places when it became legal. We know this, right? Now, where tattooing skill comes in and like just kind of generally giving tattoos a lot comes in is when you look at the lining, you look at the color, and you notice that it is definitely flash. This began around the early 90s. So that lines it up perfectly with me. This guy giving her a color tattoo in that style that looks that good, it could be on a part of the body, which is, I believe it wasn't it on her upper breast, if I remember correctly? That's going to be a little bit lighter, but not too much. So that is likely her normal skin tone. Looking at that, some people have mused in the past, could she be Hispanic? Who knows? But I do know that the family that she could potentially, well, I mean, she definitely is because they've said Lige and Ellie Mae, that family, you know, that you can look at their family history. It doesn't seem like there are very many people there who are married to people of another race in that time period. So it is very likely that this could have been like a boyfriend or girlfriend. Maybe they didn't know about her having a kid. It could be a relative of one of them who did have that sort of relationship with someone. But as far as legally speaking, married, I don't see that anywhere. So that's why I think it's confusing for everyone. No, you don't have to cover. If a tattoo is illegal, it doesn't mean that like it's illegal to have them. It's illegal to do them. And in Texas, it's still illegal to do them if you don't have a place that is checked by a health inspector, right? Do you remember hearing about the tout artist on Long Island who had his wife chained to a toilet bowl in the bathroom in the shop? No. Ugh. Send me that. I want a peach tattoo now to cover up the scars from my daughter. Dude, get one, dude. That color pops too. It's really good. It's definitely flash 90s. Like if you ever got tattoos back then, I got some in the early 2000s. Like the flash art looked almost, there were peaches on the flash art that looked the exact fucking same, but it was not that common back there. Not at all. Not at all. But yeah, I hope that answered your question. Can I get a hybrid ringtone of Feral Children song and Yolanda with the HOOGAN? Oh, fuck. We'll have to make that happen. We'll have to make that happen. For sure. Dad, my wife said for BTK, they used the daughter's medical DNA and like ancestry DNA database is a hot issue for lawyers. Oh, yeah. Big time. And also like, I mean, Joseph James D'Angelo, what was it? A daughter's, I believe it was I think they said it was either a pap smear or a 23andMe. And like sharing shit as far as DNA information, especially when it's like a medical thing through patients because of HIPAA and all that, that creates a big thing for some people. You know what I mean? Like it's a big issue. Like, oh, wait a minute. There's legalities that are being tried in court right now regarding that. And there's precedent regarding whether or not GEDmatch is legal to use in specific places. Some states say yes, some say no. In fact, interestingly enough, it was a pap, right? It was a pap smear. So they busted fucking Joseph James D'Angelo with a pap smear. No, the pap smear, by the way, is how they connected it to the family. Like, this girl's pap is connected to whoever killed. So then they look, it would have to be her paternal side or her maternal side. So they see it's her paternal side. She's 50%. So it's got to be him, is her dad. So that's how they know, right? And then they take the beer can that her dad drank from and they compare that and they get a hit. So now they have 2 DNA samples that led them to that, essentially, if that makes sense. He gave me a tat on my ankle of a dolphin over the bone. He said, why wouldn't you want your first tat there? It's going to hurt the most. I said, because I'm Italian. It's the only place I can almost guarantee it won't look like a whale in 10 years. He laughed so hard he gave it to me for free. That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, I get it. Yeah. So that's how, basically, that's a very brief rundown of how some forensic genealogists work. Like, if you tell us who's connected, is it their third cousin? Okay, now we got to go back and find who the person could be, and then they compare those people. You know, Jen's Tooth, Laura, I've said this a million times. I've said this, the leaky balloon knots, the comments about her medical health, I absolutely believe he violated HIPAA laws, but he's not a doctor, and they forced him to say it at the trial. So people use that as an argument, but I'm sitting here going, yeah, but he told his friends. I think absolutely, and he should be fucking tried for that. He violated it in every way you could. Fucking piece of shit. 2 weeks later, he was arrested. So the tattoo artist who gave you that. Oh, fuck, Lori. Yes, send that to me. That's terrifying, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, no, he is a schmuck. I agree with you. He's a schmuck. He violated that shit. But I'm saying those are the excuses people are trying to use. Well, he's not a doctor. He didn't share it with the court. Who gives a fuck? He shared it with his friends who are fucking cops who could use that against her if they wanted to. It's shitty. He needs to be in jail. My only tat is illegal. I gave myself my dead son's initials on my wrist. I'm not going to lie. I'm a masochist. Will you get any more tats after that? You said it's the only one you have, but have you considered getting more? Because I also really enjoy getting tattooed, but I'm also spooked by like needles and shots. So, you know, I wonder, am I like, because I like the feeling of getting tattooed, I have a ton of them, you know, but I've also given myself tattoos. So there you go. He is the only reason it's in court. That's my life. Always a story to laugh to. Holy shit balls, Lori. Yeah, I want to know. Lori, will you email? I'll peep my email and we'll watch it. We will definitely watch it. Hey, thank you, Teresa, for buying 3 coffees for me and the Hoogs. He's going to get jacked up on caffeine and start screaming about Yolanda Saldivar. I can't wait. All right, we got to get to the point, though. But send me that, and at the end, we will watch that because I want to hear about this tattoo artist. Oh, my God, Lori. Look him up, Rockville Center. Okay, I'm going to start that. We'll look him up at the end. My tat is where the sun don't shine. A still bright hibiscus. It's the flower of Puerto Rico. Oh, hibiscuses are so beautiful. Is it hibiscuses or hibisci? Fuck. 2002? Ooh. That's when I graduated high school. Yolanda. I got one tattoo at LA Ink Shop and it's almost lasered off. Oh, shit. The LA Ink? Canade. Damn. All right, let's get to the point. We're going to get to the point now. We're finally doing it. I want to talk to you about trafficking. I also want to remind you, I don't think Rabbit's here right now, but Rabbit's your new mod. Rabbit's your new god. Rabbit is a conduit of justice dealt forth by the HOOGAN. Rabbit has set up telekinetically to brain swap thoughts with the HOOGAN and will report back if HOOGAN has anything that he wants to say. Rabbit was gifted this mod duty for 2 reasons. Number 1, I want someone who's not going to take it seriously. I want someone who's probably not even going to really mod, just enjoy themselves. I want someone who is capable of knowing the line, but has a very bendable and vast sense of humor. I think Rabbit encompasses all of those, but namely because people spent so much money buying memberships to gift Rabbit a membership the other day, and Rabbit didn't get one. And every single time Rabbit tries to get a membership, Rabbit can't get one. And we cannot bother Rabbit with trying to figure out the intricacies of finances in the internet. I don't want Rabbit to have these worries. But I also don't want you guys making yourselves fucking broke sending me donations to get Rabbit a fucking membership. And I have no control over it. It's up to YouTube. I don't like the power YouTube has over this. Why can't you pick who you gift? This is infuriating. The only loophole or way around it was to just gift it to Rabbit, the opportunity to mod, because that's an auto membership, right? I'm pretty sure. I did a little research. It seems like that's what's going on. So Rabeeto got a membership so that I don't have to figure out how to do it myself. Rabeeto has been fantastic in this role. And I also really loved Rabbit's response. Now, I told you guys the other day, giving Rabbit mod powers is a lot like giving Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle the keys to the car, the button to the nuclear weapons, full access of all the snack cabinets. And frankly, if, for example, Rabbit goes mad with power, starts destroying all of you, has a full-blown red wedding episode, if Rabbit decides to go nuts, it's going to be really funny because it's Rabbit. I wouldn't expect that from Rabbit. So the plus side is Rabbit maintains homeostasis, enjoys herself, has access to shit, doesn't have to stress, so she can spend all her time making creative videos on the internet that make me giggle. In return, gets all these perks. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, Rabbit goes mad with power, destroys everything we've created, takes shits and pisses on all of you, screams horrific things, goes full King Joffrey. And even in the worst case scenario, that would be so funny. Like, I'm sorry, but it would be like, you wouldn't expect it. It would be, and I said this the other day, it's like in Life of Brian, when the bunny is covered in blood and it just killed all these soldiers in Life of Brian, like that's what would happen. It would be funny. So even if the worst case scenario happens, it would be hilarious. And if the best case scenario happens, we have Rabbit here with us enjoying herself and also great. It would be our own fault. I'm glad you said that, Pierre. That's how I feel. It would be 100% our fault. Rabbit only gives us what we can handle. So I did that. And also, Miss Shorty, I saw that. I didn't want you spending more money. I'm like, Shorty's just going to keep going. I'm not trying to make you break the bank. We had to go around. We had to go around the YouTube fucking rabbit hole instead of going down it just to get our Rabbit some fucking perks. Our sweet baby Rabbit. All 8 tentacles will fly. Jesus Christ. I don't even know what you're talking about, but that's hilarious. The Kraken? You talking about your tentacles? Rabbit will chew up our wires, and if she does, that's on us. We shouldn't have had them out. Should have had our wires available to be chewed upon. Whatever happens to us, we're fucking asking for it. Okay? I think Rabbit has a good heart. I think Rabbit makes good judgment. Has good judgment choices. Good choices. Just great person. I don't know what Rabbit looks like. Rabbit could be an 80-year-old man beating off to us right now. I don't know. But I want to see what's to come. That's what I'm saying, Jen. I don't understand how. But I know that when you gift it, you don't get to choose who gets it. And everybody was throwing money at me to get Rabbit a membership the other night. Couldn't get it. Because it's up to YouTube, not me. So I said, well, I'm only going to give away one mod wrench ever. And it's going to the youngest child with the least to lose and the most erratic personality, and that's Rabbit. And those are all the things I find endearing about Rabbit. So Rabbit is your moderator. And I've told Rabbit, whatever Rabbit chooses to do, I'm not going to question. I'm just going to assume Rabbit did what was right. And sometimes Rabbit won't be here and sometimes she will. It's really up to her. She can come and go as she pleases. She is like a house cat. It's all, she runs everything. There's nothing I can do at this point. That was in Monty. Was it Holy Grail? They attack the knights who say, Neep. Yep, that's it. That's it. Rabbit is the deathly bunny, the dead bunny with the death, the bunny that gives death to people, that kills people. I don't know words today. Covered in blood. That's Rabbit. She's not an 80-year-old man, and she's not beating off to us. Well, you don't know that, Adam. She could be AI. But that's the thrill of it all. Rabbit could be anyone. And I love that. Fucking love it. Do you know whenever I leave here, I ask myself what the fucking topic was I just listened to for 2 hours and I can never describe it. I just laugh. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want. That's how my parents feel. They're like, what just happened? Kate came over to visit. What the fuck just happened? Yeah, on Twitch, you can select or do random. It's just quick change YouTube could make, but I don't know. There are little differences that I like about YouTube that I don't like about Twitch. I have Twitch, but I haven't used it for that. This is good to know, young black economist. I didn't know that. Thank you. It's the moon button. We don't have a moon button, do we? I hate the moon. Why does the moon get a button? Get rid of it. How do we get rid of it? Tumbleweed. Where's Rabbit? I don't know. That's the great part. Rabbit is the youngest, but I don't know where Rabbit is. I don't know where my 4-year-old is. I know she has the car. Never trust a bunny. We'll never trust a hippie either. Don't. What was it Jack Donaghy said? Don't never go with a hippie to a second location. Never. Joy, not moon. Fuck the moon. More like a barn cat. Okay. Run away, run away. Don't piss off No, don't piss off Rabbit. Rabbit decides everything for you now. Rabbit could yawn and destroy our whole universe. It's up to Rabbit. And I love the spontaneity of it all. I love questioning, have I made a good decision? And then tuning in and seeing all of you happy for Rabbit tells me yes. They are the bottom of the mammal food chain, I know. And that's why she gets all the power. That's why. She's our Rabeeto. Ha ha ha. Hi, young black economist. I like to think of Rabbit as one of the Skittles commercial, as the one from the Skittles commercial that sings. Me too. I now like that too. I like that a lot. I don't see a moon button. Good. I don't want there to be a moon button. Don't trust anyone over 30. I won't. I don't even trust myself. We laughed so hard, we were trying to be quiet. I got all, none, personalize, and unsubscribe. I don't even know. If there's a moon button, get rid of it. That's all I know. Join, LOL. You made me subscribe down the rabbit hole because I thought that was who Rabbit was. She was helping me with meds the other night to help this pneumonia. No, this is Rabbit. Here, let me give you Rabbit's page. Rabbit is Rabbit the Historian on YouTube. Rabbit randomly started making me content that was like related to the channel that had to do with HOOGAN. And I just loved it so much. She gets HOOGAN. She is HOOGAN, but a human. She's a human HOOGAN. It's very fascinating. In fact, let's give her that little banner real quick. We did this yesterday. She is Rabbit the Historian. Here we go. Let's invade her page while she's gone. Then I promise we will get to the point. I'm telling you a million times, she's Dewey. She's my Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle. She's the one that you wanted to take over and have the keys to the car. She's the one that you're like, they need to do a better story about her. And it just never happens. And now it's happening. It's fucking happening. This is Rabbit. And then we'll get to the point. Let's watch some of Rabbit's content. Oh my God. Rabbit makes so much great content.
Rabbit
Thank you
possession
for
in
taking over.
3, 2, 1.
I'm assuming you were speaking as the HOOGAN?
The HOOGAN has taken over.
Yes. Is there anything that I need to know?
We're going to break free from the chains of puphood.
Okay. We'll break free. If that's what you want on the agenda, that's what we'll do. Do you want me
My
to put that on?
backside needs Neosporin.
You need Neosporin. Okay. So I'm going to go get Neosporin. We'll put that on your butthole.
Please don't forget my puff puff.
I will get your puff puff. What is the
I
puff
have to
puff?
tear him up. My baby, you just gave him surgery yesterday. He's recovering, and then all of a sudden I wake up, he's gone. I went to go pee in the backyard, and he's gone.
You talking about the dead bird you dragged in the house?
Dad, you said you weren't going to talk about that in front
Is
of
it,
people.
is it the dead bird that you ate the wings? It's a wingless bird. Is that what you
You're
want me to get?
shaming your only son. You're
Not
shaming your
shaming,
only son.
not
Like, really?
shaming.
You're in.
Rabbit
Thank you for
possession
taking
in.
over.
3, 2, 1.
I'm
Introductions needed, formalities being seated. This is not a drill. Take that crumbling, dusty 305 to the hill. She's kicking ass and taking honest operators. Look up, leaving us wondering who else could be this great. No time for debate. Here she comes, my anti-terror. Yes, babies. Anti-terror. Did you hear me? Get off the pages. Anti-terrorly demands your attention. No awaiting, and greatness is coming through. Yeah, you. Jesus, wow. Anti-tab.
Stephanie. You need to contact Adam. Adam loves Helen. Adam drives Helen. Sorry. Adam, get with Stephanie. He could set you up with a... don't you do websites, Adam? I would recommend also Squarespace. Squarespace, I don't know if Wix is still doing it, but Squarespace and Wix are very easy. And this is Rabbit. This is Rabbit's channel. Also, congratulations on your job switch. Yes, yes, yes. Bunny, 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 kitty, 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 kitty. I think that she was, you know what's crazy? Me and her have the same shake weight. Me and Jimmy have the same shake weight, same color and everything. It is like being on drugs. And that's what Rabbit's head is like. And that's why Rabbit has the keys to the car. That's my favorite.
Benson time, but no Jeffrey's. Grab all your clearly Canadians with hooks the dog and anti-tab. Hell yes, my children. It's Benson time. It's Benson time, but no Jeffrey's. Grab all your clearly Canadians with hooks the dog and anti-tab. Hell yes, my children. It's Benson time.
Okay, Adam doesn't do websites. It's my bad. But he agrees Squarespace and Wix are both great. You can set it up on your own with them. It'll probably take like an hour of watching tutorials to do it, but I highly recommend that. It's very easy, navigable. Navigable? Is that a word? Also, if any of you, maybe Kraken, don't you? If anybody sets up websites and can help Stephanie out, email me. And Stephanie, you email me so I have your email. And then I'll put you in touch with whoever lets me know they fuck with websites, okay? So it's navigatable. Navigatable. Excellent. Thank you, Dad and siblings, especially Adam. It's legit, sadly, due to the CEO being a jerk about my unborn twins. Well, fuck him and the company. Fuck him. Hoogan, will you do me a favor? Will you say fuck that CEO and make it so? Thank you. He's on it. Yes, Rabbit is very funny. It is a word. Navigable is a word. Oh, excellent. Andrew sets up websites. Andrew, your husband, your boyfriend, your partner, Jen's tooth. Email him. Okay, I will email Andrew, but I need you, Stephanie, to send me your email so I can send it to Andrew. Wix recently updated to an AI type of builds the site for you, or you can easily... Oh, okay, so it's user-friendly and it's a lot easier. Okay, excellent. Intuitive to make adjustments so you can get up and running. I'm sure Squarespace does it too. I just use Wix. Excellent. So we've got Andrew, Kraken, if you want to make some money. If you want Stephanie to help hook you, or Stephanie to pay you to set up a website for under 5K, you got it. Navigatable is not a word, but it should be. I think you were correct with the first pronoun. Okay. Well, we have learned today. Told you the other day you're all talented, so great, right, LEB? Everybody's got. I saw someone in here saying I haven't found my talent yet. Well, I bet we will. I bet we will. And Miss Shorty needs a website too. I have your email address. So all you kids need to do is send me an email, say put me in touch with this or I'm the one who knows the websites, and then I will send your information to anybody who emails me. So everybody who needs something website related, email me and I'll put you in touch with the other kids. We'll make that happen. We've done it before. We'll do it again. Let's watch more. Right?
Who is Duffy?
Duffy is my muse, and he also runs the cult that I'm in. I'm a member of. I'm the high priestess, and it's a surrealist cult that is completely centered around bureaucracy. So you can never do anything because you're constantly doing paperwork. But he dances for me a lot.
Who is Duffy?
And I hate Grimes, but I love Grimes now because of that. Because Rabbit does.
Rabbit possession in 3, 2, 1.
Okay. This is so funny. Fucking Rabbit. You're hilarious. Okay. Dad, I'm not talented. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm child. You're sick of bailing out of jail. Hey, you know what? I'm not sick of it. I'll bail you out every time. You're just special. And it's okay. And I do think that you're talented. Just because you haven't found your talent doesn't mean you're not talented. Some people find their talent way fucking late in life and they get pissed. I wish I would have known this. I'm one of them. I didn't realize that what I was doing for fun as a hobby was something that I could be doing and getting paid for, which is why I went back to school. So I don't think that it's ever too late. And I think you will find it. I think we'll help you. I think we'll find some people's talent is complaining. I mean, it might annoy others, but it's a talent. Some people's talent is not marketable, but it's okay. It's still a talent. And you would be surprised how people once thought their talent wasn't marketable and now it is. And that's called being ahead of your time, right? Never too late to learn. And I trust Darlene. She's been through hell. I want to find my talent by the end of 2025. Well, LEB, you know what? That's a good, I think, what do you call it? A resolution, right? What if, yeah, she does make him do paperwork, Kat. A lot of paperwork. What if, and Lori Lowe says she sucks bad at electronics, and you say you don't have it. What if we get Lori Lowe into electronics, and what if we find you guys' talent? LEB and Ernie, we just got to figure it out. You got to try things, though. If you're willing to try things, we'll send you on missions. We'll get your talent out of you. We'll find it. I was distracted by the socks, and now I am confused. It's okay. It's okay. Just be confused. It's okay. Yes, thought through duty, Ron, but I do laugh a lot at myself. Oh, dude. He has a master's in information technology. Oh, you talking about Andrew? Excellent. I need marketability. Well, that's what we'll get you. That's the goal. We're going to get you marketability. I set up learning sites and websites all the time for clients and friends. Kenneth, hit me up if you need a website. We're going to send Kenneth and Andrew your way. We're going to get it going, all right? We're going to get it going. It's a good information as well. Absolutely. You are talented. Glitter is forever. We'll find your fucking talent too, bitch. We'll find all your fucking talents. I'm going to school once my boo pop is 2 to 3. I don't know what a boo pop is, but I can't wait for it to turn 2 to 3. You're going to love it. What is marketable anyway? What's your skill? Tiff, you're getting existential on me now. What is marketing? Jesus Christ. We can't do that today. We'll never get to the point. Oh, the Duty Ron socks. He's got them at his website with Ed's drapes on them. And Duty Ron socks. For those of you who missed, Duty Ron. Also, Karkin, thank you. I know it's cracking, but it's funny. I just got a computer to see if I can work from it. I don't particularly like leaving the house anymore. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. Maybe you just haven't found the thing you like on it yet. Duty Ron socks. Let's talk about them. Some of you were not here when we exposed the socks of Duty Ron, but you were here trying to figure them out and do the OSINT on them. Duty Ron told me what socks he wears. A lot of you said he is a crew socks man. A lot of you said socks up to the knees. A lot of you said baseball socks, which was weird. Don't know where you got that from. Some of you said Duty Ed was baseball socks. That was shocking. I personally said white socks rolled up all together, I believe, sorted perfectly, but he keeps them clean. You said crew socks. You said crew socks. You said Argyle. See, lots of different sock thoughts. Lots of different sock thoughts. I figured it out. I got the OSINT. We're not Ernie Birdie. Grounded. Okay. Ready for your mind to be blown? Nike ankle socks, black. Black Nike ankle socks. Black Nike ankle socks. I think one person saw that coming, and it was Adam. My eye twitched. I cannot. I'm so. I've had days to deal with this. I've had days to deal with this news, to let it sink in, to let it marinate, if you will, Adam. Call back. Ankle socks. Kind of shocked too. A little shocked. A little shocked. From Costco. I know you called it. I know you guys called it. Wait, you called it too? I thought you were one of the baseball socks people. Okay. Well, you and Adam called it. Black Nike ankle socks. What gave us the tea on his socks? He did. I asked him directly. I said, listen, the kids are burning up. They need to know. And he went, oh, I didn't tell you black ankle socks. Nike. What? What, Ron? Ronald? Ron? I know. I know. A simple Instagram peek told me all I needed to know. Motherfucking OSINT, right? That's why we trust Adam. That's why we trust Adam. I consult with Adam on things because he's been remote learning men's socks. I don't know how he's doing it. He's doing it. Don't talk about his calves like that. We don't know. Does he have massive calves? Is that a good thing? Dad's boyfriend has massive calves, and I love his calves. But I don't know if it's okay to say you have thick calves. I think it's okay. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with. Kenneth, he's going to help you out, Steph. He knows. You said, I've had days to deal with it. I have. I've had days to think about it. I brought it up once. I let it go. Some of you have still been asking. There it is. There it is. It's not what I expected. I was wrong. I was wrong. You did say the jumbo pack from Costco. Yes, you did. So I guess Pierre and everybody else. Was it Cat? Me? Or Cat Randall? You? What socks do you wear? What socks do I wear? Whatever's clean, baby. Whatever's clean. I have so many different types of socks. A lot of wrestling socks with prints on them. Just a whole, like with different wrestlers. What are they called? Odd socks? I have a lot of those. Don't bring up banana hammocks. Don't you do that. Is my boyfriend Irish? Dude. Yes. And he thought he was Scottish, and it was so funny. And he has the same last name as someone in the Karen Reed trial that everybody calls by their last name. And I can't bring it up or he gets like, what? Are you talking about me? We buy socks at TJ Maxx. Me too. I know it's not fine though, Pierre. It feels weird. It feels weird. Didn't expect that. I thought it was going to be white. Very shocked. Irish have strong calves. Excellent. My wife is a lawyer and wanted to sue, but to be honest, I don't think it's worth it because the stress will cause. Oh, and you guys just went through a fire. If the siblings need a lawyer, she can help or someone. Okay. If any of you need a lawyer, Stephanie can help you. People helping people. I love this. Your house is okay, though, after the fire thing in California? Fuck. No socks unless you have to. Get out of the cold. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. Yeah, banana hammocks were brought up repeatedly. You kids are feral now. You're feral before we even get to the point. You have odd socks with giraffes. I have Charlotte Flair odd socks, The Rock, McFly. I have all of them. Duluth Trading Heavy Mid-Calf. Cat, you're out of control. I have over 200 pairs of. I know I have so many socks. I have so many socks. So many. Bombas are the best. Galen, I've got one pair of Bombas I got from my friend who works at an airport. And she's like, we get to keep things in the lost and found sometimes. And someone lost this sack of Bombas that were brand new. And she broke a pair out and threw them to me. God damn, the most comfortable socks. If I could afford them, fucking Bombas every day, dude. Bombas rule. They really rule. Okay, I have to skip down. because, ow, my ears itch. Who's talking about me? All right. We have to skip down because here it is. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, I'm going to show you two things. Before we get into the trafficking stuff, I did want to show you this. I was talking to Miss Parks actually about a video I'm working on right now that has to do with scams for the elderly. After we're done talking about the teens. But one that I wanted to share with you now because it has been going around a lot recently again. This actually was a thing a while back. Let me pull it up for you. I'm pulling it up. This was a thing a while back. Let me pause it. It's just like a 16-second video. And the reason that I'm sharing this with you, this scam is making a comeback. It's making a comeback, and it does every couple of years. And it's not always this exact video, but other scammers picked up this video and ran with it, and they use it over and over again. It's something like this. If you get a video that looks like this, if you receive an email or just this video in a text, if somebody links you to this video saying it's them, immediately call the police, but you're not in any danger. Just know that, okay? You're not in any danger at all, but you should still let the police know you were targeted by this scam, and here's why. People call it the cartel scam, but this isn't actually the cartel. These are people that are pretending to be, I guess, and they send this out to people. And people believe them, and they get scared. And it pisses me off because I've seen this before, but this happened to a friend of mine's mom, and she believed it. And she contacted these people, and she sent them all her life savings. And it popped up a few days ago on Reddit again, and I went, ah, fuck, they're doing it again. So I'm going to show you. And you could probably see why someone would get stressed over this. It is disturbing. You're not going to see nudity or anything, but you will see weapons. So it's called the pimp scam. People have called it the cartel scam. People have called it all kinds of things. But here we go. Wait, let me make sure the sound is on. Burp. Here we go. People will get this in their email, through their phone. They'll get it, just a link to it. So here you go.
Listen, we're in the car. We're just waiting for the investigation team to give us the information of your address so we can end this in peace. Listen, nobody fuck with my business. We can end this in peace or we're bad. You make the call, motherfucker. I'll blow your fucking head off.
Okay. So it stops there. These people made a series of these. Now, I've seen people say, you know, this is a comedy troupe. This is for some other thing. This is for an art project, whatever. I don't give a fuck what it's for. Somebody is using videos just like this. I know they were in a car and then they're somewhere else. People are using videos just like this as threats to send to people who they're trying to blackmail or extort. Some of them will just take this original video from someone else and they will say it's them. Some of them make their own versions of it. Some of them use old cartel videos from the internet, which is why some people say it's the cartel scam. The fact of the matter is, no matter what they're doing, unless you have been in contact with someone who is actively threatening you for a personal reason and you personally know the people who are doing it, if you get a video like this, it's bullshit. Okay? It's bullshit. So, with that said, we're going to watch it again. I know you've already seen it, but we're watching it again because I think that you need to see it. And I think that if somebody fucking comes at you, threatening you, and sends you anything even like this, it is just like, show us the money, Lebowski. Show us the money. We will fuck you up. It's just like that, okay? It's been making a comeback. If any of your family members go through this or get something like this, then you know, and again, yes, they don't. Look at this guy. Look at where his fucking finger is. Let me take this down so y'all can see. Look at where his fucking finger is on the left. He doesn't even know how to fucking hold a gun. Shit, and on the right, all of them. But yeah, this is a scam that's going around again, and people will they'll start the scam, they'll communicate with you, and then they'll drop this video in the middle.
Listen, we're
or
in the
something
car.
like it.
We're just waiting for the investigation team to give us the information of your address so we can end this in peace. Listen, nobody fuck with my business.
Is a machete.
They're
They're all wearing baklavas or whatever it's called. No, that's food. What's it called? Balaclava. That'd be so funny if they were wearing baklavas. They're all wearing balaclavas. They're holding their guns improperly. They're just fucking idiots. They're just fucking idiots. You can see how this is scary, right? Fucking pull up blap blap, right? And I'm not sending you this or showing you this because I want to spook you. I'm showing you this because people, again, I'll play it again. Listen to the words they're saying. You might see a totally different video with totally different people, but they're saying the exact same line.
Listen, we're in the car. We're just waiting for the investigation team to give us the information of your
So
address.
investigation team, come the fuck on. But what I'm saying is listen to the script. We're in the car. We're just waiting for someone to give us your information, and then we're shit like that. This is a common scam, believe it or not. It's been around for years. This is someone who put it on Reddit so that you could see it. And I want you to see it. So if you ever get one like this, you're not going to think it is focused on you specifically. This is a commonly used video to scam people. They have never pulled up on someone or shot them.
Listen, we're in the car. We're just waiting for the investigation team to give us the information of your address so we can end this in peace. Listen, nobody fuck with my business. We can end this in peace or we're bad. You make the call, motherfucker. I'll blow your fucking head off.
All right, you got it? So that is what that's about, okay? Okay. Look, you can see I follow YouTube Bad Actors and the Pimple Popping and the Boston Terrier Forum. Come at me. Come get me, people. All right. I'm going to be showing you other scams like that here and there in between topics on the channel. And I'll try to keep up with them and show you which ones there are. And I had chat closed while I was doing that so I wouldn't get distracted. And then I come back and now there's all this stuff. But I'm going to have to skip it and come back and read it later. Although I did see baklava would make it very sticky. That is good. That is a good point. That is an absolutely good point. All right. I got already far behind. Anyway, let's keep going. Now let's get to the point. I'd be like, pull up, bros. Blap, blap. All right. So let me take this down. And now I'm going to show you basically what kind of like inspired what we're going to talk about tonight. And then I'm going to tell you why I chose this news article, or I guess news. Let me pause it. Why I chose this as the topic and how we can apply it to all of us, even though it is a specific news piece focused on Pflugerville, which is a little north of Austin, Texas. I told myself the next time I see anything on the news with an affidavit or court paperwork related to sex trafficking, to set that aside for a future episode where I can show you guys how to apply stuff like that to a specific lane, I guess, which would be spotting sex trafficking. And they pretty much tell you a lot of what you need to know in this, but I just think it's so important, especially for those of you who, let's say you have like a kid or a grandkid or somebody who's an adult in your life who you love, and they're in and out of sex trafficking, as in they've been repeatedly focused on, whether it's by traffickers. And I know that sounds crazy, like, oh, that's a very niche, narrow lane of people. No, there are a lot of people who have relatives that have messaged me who have said, like, my niece has been trafficked, or they misunderstand sex work and think that this person's being trafficked. And in some of them, it is sex work, but it turns into trafficking, and that's where it gets complicated. I want to show you a way that, let's say, you know, your daughter, son, someone you love, or even you yourself, you're communicating with someone and, you know, they, oh, fucking bugs, and they are considering maybe working in sex work. And maybe that person is going to do it regardless. And you just need to show them, or maybe you're in sex work and you need to know what to look out for and kind of how to spot danger zones, whether it is to save someone from it or someone who wants to enter it safely. I'm not here to judge you. I just want to show you ways that you can be safe and get a little more knowledge out of a situation. You might be like, well, how the fuck would I know where to get that? So I'm going to play this news article for you, or I keep saying article, this report for you. I want you to watch it and I'll be right back. Okay. Here we go.
Center of an alleged prostitution ring.
KXAN obtained arrest warrants for several people the Department of Public Safety claims were connected to online advertisements, ultimately directing them to an apartment complex for sex.
Our Sarah El-Sheh has more details on the operation. Authorities say generated hundreds of thousands of dollars.
These court documents led us here to this Pflugerville apartment complex behind me. Law enforcement says an organized group attracted people to this address via online prostitution advertisements. Warrants for 7 suspects charged with aggravated online promotion of prostitution, a second-degree felony, 6 women and 1 man. Court documents obtained by KXAN detailed the years-long operation dating back to at least 2020. According to the affidavits, investigators took a tip about an abnormal amount of foot traffic at a unit in this Pflugerville apartment complex. Documents claim multiple different men entered the apartment, stayed inside for an average of 30 minutes, and left. According to court documents, some men were dressed nice, while some seemed to be taking a break from work wearing construction clothes. One of the affidavits gave a first-hand account from an alleged customer who was pulled over after leaving the unit by Texas Department of Public Safety special agents. The person told law enforcement they contacted a sex advertisement online, leading them to the unit where they paid $160 in cash to have sex with a woman there. Court documents allege the suspects would post advertisements on sites known for prostitution services. One woman, labeled in an affidavit as one of the main suspects, investigators say was allegedly tied to more than 1,000 ad postings. According to court documents, her bank account had more than $1 million worth of incoming transfers in 3 years, with hundreds of thousands of dollars suspected to be related to human trafficking or some other suspicious activity. Sarah El-Sheh, KXAN News.
And we did try to speak with people in the area, but nobody wanted to address this investigation. So far, online records with Travis County do not show any of the people listed in the warrants are in custody. We'll let you know if and when that changes. For the charge of aggravated online promotion of prostitution, a defendant can face up to 20 years in prison. Court records indicate more than 40 women as part of this case, with investigators only identifying a fraction of them at this time, so more charges could be pending. We wanted to give you an idea of the rarity of this type of case in our area. While different, prostitution and human trafficking are often related crimes. Take a look at the numbers for last year for human trafficking cases from DPS. Only 1 each in Williamson and Hayes County. Travis County listed 9. Last year, a new state law went into effect requiring any county with 50,000 people or more to submit any human trafficking case reports to the state attorney general's office. However, each of those cases could have multiple suspects. Those reports are due at a minimum of twice a year, with the next deadline on October 1st.
All right. So, whoa, really, Tiff? Damn. So you know the area I'm talking about. This is Georgetown. This is Pflugerville. This is Williamson County. It is the second most, I guess, hardcore county, I would say, as far as like strict in Texas. The other one would be, I would say, Johnson County, Fort Worth. This is the place where if you get pulled over with a joint, you're probably going to spend 6 months in jail. They take even the smallest charge very seriously. Is a very spooky dooky place, right? Now, what can we get from this video? I wanted you to watch it all the way through so I wouldn't talk through it. And I have avoided the chat until right now. So I apologize if you said something important or you asked a question and I missed it. But again, this is part of me trying to stick to the point, okay? So let's go ahead and go back, and I'm going to start it over, and I'm going to pause it to talk to you about what OSINT lessons we can get from this, and I'll tell you why.
An apartment complex in Pflugerville is at the center of an alleged prostitution ring.
KXAN obtained arrest warrants for several people the Department of Public Safety claims were connected to online advertising.
Boom. Some people watch news reports like this and they go, what apartment? What apartment? What apartment? Tell me what apartment. They're telling you right here. Grand Avenue Parkway. They tell you exactly where. I've Google mapped it. Know exactly where that area is. All right.
Advertisements, ultimately directing them to an apartment complex for sex.
Our Sarah Elsheh has more details on the operation. Authorities say generated hundreds of thousands of dollars.
These court documents let us.
Hold on one second. JB, I will check. Is your name JB on there? You don't have to tell me what it is. But is it JB? I think I actually, never mind. I think I know which one. Never mind. I think I did see it. I need to go back and reread it. I was just going through my emails and I wanted to look into some stuff first for some of them. I might have seen it and put it aside into my read folder, which does not mean read. It means read, and I need to change that. But yeah, I will check it out tonight. And if it is on this, hot damn, because we're going to be talking about this a few more times in the coming weeks. So maybe you could discuss this with me, or let me read your email and I'll get back to you. I do get a lot, and a lot of the emails are, a lot of them are just like alerts from I need to fucking get the alerts off there because it's too much. But yes, I will sift through them and I will definitely get back to you on that. One of our friend is a professional cuddler. She makes great money, but we have no clue how she screens people or gets clients. Have always wondered, but unsure how to ask in a non-rude way. I would just ask her. I would just say, hey, how do you screen people so you know who's safe to cuddle with? You know what I mean? Like, just ask her. I'm sure she won't mind. I mean, I'm sure she's seen some pretty fucking weird shit. So asking her a question like that is not going to in any way strike her as offensive or odd, considering she is a professional cuddler. I'm sure she can handle it. I would just ask her that. It's also a good question. Like, I've spoken to so many sex workers about how they screen clients. I've communicated with a bunch of them on Reddit and women in the stripper forums to see if there is a way. I've been working on an app, frankly. I'll just be honest with you. I've been working on an app that can act like a pink book or a black book, depending on what coast you're on, for sex workers or strippers. And I understand that some people conflate the two and get offended by that. They are different. However, there are women who professionally dance in the stripping industry who are not sex workers. They do not have sex, but they are hired to dance for things like bachelor parties and shit like that. And I like to make an all-inclusive app that helps to screen clients while simultaneously helping to locate the sex worker, almost like a buddy system, while simultaneously doing a little more on the end of letting the people know that this is not what you might think it is. You know what I mean? If you're somebody who's non-sexual, it is a very tricky. It's a tricky situation. You know what I mean? Because you also don't want pimps using it to track women. So it's a whole lot of different nuances that need to come together perfectly so that it's not misused. But I also think it would be great for realtors to use when they are showing houses. The stigma that comes with one side doesn't come with the other side, but both can use it. So it just kind of depends on how we can kind of narrow that lane down to get it exactly what we want it to be. And I've been talking to them about their experiences so that we can figure that out. By the way, professional cuddler, for those who don't know, there are people who pay people to cuddle, like to hug them, to hold them. Whatever your thoughts are on that, I would hate that. I don't want to be touched by a stranger, but some people spend their whole lives never hugging someone or not having anyone to hug. And it's very sad. You know, it's like, damn, poor fella, poor lady. And some people just need a hug and they don't know anyone. They just want to be hugged. And some people can't sleep without holding someone and they're going through a divorce and they literally hire a woman to be a stand-in, but they don't touch you. However one feels about that, whatever, but it is a thing. And yeah, it's just, this is a great comment. Non-judgment, you need a soul tap. Yeah, you just need somebody to, like, hug you. As a former sex worker who is often asked to dance at parties, I can tell you the expectation is that there will be sex, and fuck that, FYI. Exactly. The expectation is that, and it shouldn't be. So that's why I think it's really important to have something that's going to let people know ahead of time, this is not what you're fucking getting. So don't expect that. You know what I mean? And that kind of saves the woman also, or the sex worker, from being put in a position where that is the expectation. And then she is physically there having to get out of it. That's not right. You would think people wouldn't expect sex, but they almost always do. And that's why it is important, I think, to have something that lets them know, but also something that can keep the location of the sex worker for just in case, like, let's say there's a check-in and she doesn't do it, that can protect her, right? We don't want pimps using it, though. So you'd have to screen for people who are going to use the app. So it's a very difficult process to figure out kind of how to develop around it and how to make it so that it's not used as a tool for the devil. But Jen's Tooth Laura has a great point. I hired a belly dancer once. No sex stuff. It was a Moroccan wedding. See what I mean? There are people who want to hire people to do all sorts of things. I know a guy who was doing a party and he just wanted people to literally dance on a table, but they were all dressed up as the people from the Warriors. If you've ever seen the movie The Warriors, they're like literally dressed up like dead baseball zombies. Okay. So for that reason, she wanted a very specific type of person. She went online and made an ad, and she had a lot of sex workers contact her because for them, it's like, oh, this is safe. I'm just going to be dancing dressed like a zombie. That's awesome. And I fit this exact description she has, right? For them, you know what I mean? There would absolutely be people who might look at that ad and go, oh, no, this is weird. This is going to be a sex thing. You know what I mean? But she genuinely, her and her husband were just trying to put on this like party. That was going to be a funny warrior theme. And I think that there are times when people will expect someone to do something they don't want to fucking do. And that's not right. And there's really no way to say that to them unless you discuss it beforehand. And sometimes there is no beforehand discussion. There should be, but there isn't. So I just think that there are definitely going to be people who could use this for the positive. You know what I mean? Yeah, Perry Farrell uses and also Perry Farrell fucking freaked out on Dave Navarro. What was that? Did you guys see that? That was fucking nuts. That was fucking nuts. Yes, other Cole and dude, I would love to do that. Like, just hire me to cry at your funeral. I'll fucking do it. My mom used me as a screener from the age of, oh my God. Yeah, they do. They do. Oh, I'm so sorry, Colors Flight. I am so sorry. That's horrible. And also the phone screeners in Vegas. Oh, there's a channel. I'd like to talk to her before sharing her shit, but I would love to show you guys her stuff. She's amazing. And she helps women get out of sex work in Vegas and had a lot of issues with the call screeners in Vegas. They were illegal immigrants that were being hired and used and underpaid. They were being hired and used and underpaid if they were exploited, basically. Because they didn't have a green card, these people took advantage of them and exploited them. And then before you know it, they're in trafficking, but not for sex, to promote it. And then they were threatened. Well, it's illegal for you to be here. So now I will turn you into the INS if you don't screen these calls. And they'd have to sit there and listen to this shit. It's fucking wild, dude. There are so many different rackets in that industry that are so dangerous or so unfair or so wrong or so exploitative. And the thing is, we can't really get rid of it as a society. People try all the time, but there's always going to be women who, and it's their right. A lot of people believe it is their right to do that. Some people believe that. I think it's important, no matter what you do for a living, to be protected or have a safety option. And so I've been talking about doing this with some of them for a while, but I just kind of need, really, it depends on where it's going to be marketed to. Is the community in the US, in the UK, in Australia, in Canada? I don't know. Everywhere's different. So what could be used as a tool for positive things in one place could be used as a weapon in others. So we have to be careful with that. Anyway, let's keep going with this. But great question.
Here to this Pflugerville apartment complex behind me. Law enforcement says an organized group attracted people to this address via online prostitution advertisements. Warrants for 7 suspects charged with.
Do you notice something about these 7 suspects? What do you notice? Do you notice that they are all women except one of them? What does that tell you? Well, considering the area, that means that these women were likely used by the guy, or some of them might have been purposefully, happily luring. We don't know yet. From my experience, seeing the area, knowing this place, I could tell you that there's a good chance a couple of these women were lures or maybe sex trafficked. It's one or the other. You know what I mean? They seem to all be smiling, and that might, except this one, but that might make people go, maybe they knowingly wanted this. However, there is a thing that I've heard of from a couple of sex workers that their pimps would tell them to smile in their mugshot so they don't look like they're in duress. And a lot of them do look like immigrants. They could potentially be. So there is a really good chance that because they're smirking, you would think it's because they want to hurt people. However, it is very much a thing. If you go to prison or jail, you better smile in that fucking mugshot, because when you get out, I'll beat your ass. That's what they'll tell them. And they want them to do that so that when it comes out on the news, it's not just them. Who's not smiling there? Who's not smiling there? Agree, Jen's Tooth, but we are close to the border, and it is a big thing of trafficking immigrants. They get taken advantage of all the time, especially if they're waiting to get their green card and they're going through the legal process. This just fucked it up for them. So we can't deny that it's an issue. They will literally traffic women who are in the middle of going through the legal process to get their green cards, and then they will throw them under the bus, get them caught up in a case, and then they no longer can get their green card. And that is fucked up. And they use them because they are vulnerable.
The aggravated online promotion of prostitution, a second-degree felony, 6 women and 1 man. Court documents obtained by KXAN detailed the years-long operation dating back to at least 20.
Okay, I want to stop right here. Aggravated online promotion of prostitution. When you're watching the news, if you want to learn more about a case, or about, if you're going, I wish I could read that whole document, but they're not giving me much here, you can pause at the paperwork. You can see a lot of shit. Hell, right here, there's like a social security number, for fuck's sake, but let's keep going.
2020, according to the affidavits,
Boom. If we pause right here, we can see on 9/19/2023, your affiant received a tip involving possible sex trafficking occurring at this location, blah, 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 Avenue Apartments located at 1720 Grand Avenue Parkway. So then we type in 1720 Grand Avenue Parkway and we get the exact apartments. And it tells you apartment 10307 in Pflugerville. An undercover message was sent to a phone number 346-933-9473, which is listed on the blah, 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 megapersonals.com. So here's why I paused it here. You now have a phone number that was used to lure women to an apartment through an ad on megapersonals.com. They don't mention any of that, obviously, in the news story. They don't even say Mega Personals, nor, of course, are they going to give the phone number or the address. But there's a reason it's not redacted. Okay? Legally, they don't really have to. But this is important. When you're watching the news, and you see something that has paperwork with a picture of the paperwork, and some of it's a little covered up, might be sideways like this. Here's the thing. This is all purposeful. All right? I worked in journalism for a long time, and by that I mean usually print media. I worked at newspapers, student papers. I've written a lot of like pieces for different magazines and stuff, but briefly, I worked with some people who prepared or prepped for TV news. I myself worked mainly in radio. But anytime we would put something on a website, you have to be careful with how it's placed up there because people can read it. They can, you have to redact the right things, right? So up here, when you're putting it on TV news, you don't always have to do that, especially if the person's an adult. A couple of my friends who work in editing for TV news have told me that they will often have to redact information, and the only time that they don't is when the station wants it out there or the police want it out there. Interesting, huh? So why would police want this website and this phone number made available to the public? Or why would the news station do that? Because they spend a lot of money on these editors, video, audio, all kinds of editors, to fuck with this stuff and to prepare it. It's not because they didn't have time. Like they said, they've been working on this for years. Police have. So I'm sitting here looking at this and I'm going, let's take that phone number and let's run it through Mega Personals and see who pops up. There are more than just 7 women. There are a lot of women. Let's compare those to missing women. You see what I'm saying? This is the point of all this. If you see someone on the news and it makes you go, I wonder if my daughter called that number. I wonder if that's where so-and-so is. You can go use little news reports that are connected to a case or to a person you might be suspect of, or a building, even an apartment complex. And you can use things like this to go, oh, I see Mega Personals. So in your area, if you want to know, hey, where's the prostitution at? And you happen to see something like this on the news, great way to get OSINT. Now we know where this racket was going down since 2020. We know the phone number, the apartment. If that phone number ever called someone that you love that's been missing, if that phone number ever called your house because somebody who lived there wants to hang out with your kid, if they ever called you to try to sell you baby shit off Facebook, I mean, damn. This is a way to do it. This is a way to do it. Now, if you want to know what website traffickers are using, I would type in trafficking for your local news station on YouTube. Watch all the stories on trafficking and look for little hints like this. Anytime you see a graphic with any court records that maybe you might otherwise have to pay for or seek out and find, but you don't know exactly what to look for, just go through the old news stories for the specific time frame, pause it, and look for things like that. Look for the name of the website. If it is through a website, look for the phone number. Look for whatever it is you're looking for and take notes of those things. Just going through maybe 5 or 6 the other day, I found 3 different websites I had no idea people were using to traffic. And then you go to it and you find out there's 1,000 ads for people from my town, right? That's weird. It is like old time Craigslist. So basically back in the day, Craigslist and Backpages, that's where everyone went. Then they'd go to the escort sites, Escort Alligator and shit. But everybody's looking there. The cops are looking there. So they're constantly moving, right? If you want to know what sites they're moving to, this is how you figure it out. It's hard. You have to hope that you see a specific, you know what I mean? A specific news footage that has this information in it. But you can also seek it out on YouTube. You can go on YouTube. You can go type in trafficking, WOAI, CWOS, whatever it is locally, and then watch all the news stories from this recent period in time And then you just sit there and you just go through it and you go through it and you go through it. Oh, I got you. I just saw what you said, Jen's Tooth. I got you. About your daughter? Got it. Done. You go through and you start collecting those little things. All right. You collect those little things, you put those aside, and then you start looking through Craigslist. Remember the mirror thing that Aunt Deb had the other day? What if that phone number linked up to buying a mirror? Interesting, right? I'm saying if you're somebody who is looking for a missing person and you need to know where in the area at the time was prostitution being promoted, was sex work being promoted, whatever, this is a good way to find out where, because it's not always something that is widely reported. It's not always something that is known. And there aren't a lot of like, again, Craigslist back pages, when that shut down, they go elsewhere. They don't just stop. So if you want to know where, this is one way. There are several ways, but this is one way. Okay. So let's keep going.
Investigators took a tip about an abnormal amount of foot traffic at a unit in this Pflugerville
And they're about to
apartment
name it
complex.
too, by the way.
Documents claim multiple different men entered the apartment, stayed inside for an average of 30 minutes, and left. According to court documents, some men were dressed nice, while some seemed to be taking a break from
Boom.
work wearing.
So they'll show you the sign, they'll show you the address, they'll tell you where it's at. See how it says villas? Boom. But they don't really specifically say it's this place. There are little things you can see that can help you figure it out, obviously. Something interesting, she said, men would come and go, stay for 30 minutes and leave. Again, I'm not being judgmental. That's up to you. If you want to do sex work or if you want to hire a sex worker, I get it, dude. There are, and I used to would never say that until I met sex workers, people who are now really good friends of mine a long time ago, who explained to me their lives, what they went through. And it's not always because they have low self-esteem or feel bad about themselves. It's not always that. Some women are empowered to do it, and rightfully so. I met one young lady who had lap band surgery. She was never seen as someone in her eyes, according to her. I'm not saying this is what she told me. She never felt sexy because nobody saw her as sexy. And then the second she loses all this weight, starts doing fucking DDP yoga, which we've talked about, gets her life back on track and starts feeling sexy again. She just didn't know how to talk to people because she still had self-esteem issues. It wasn't that her self-esteem was low and she needed prostitution to get her out of that funk necessarily. It's that she saw it as an easy way to have human touch again and to feel sexy in a way that she could never have felt before because she never would have taken that leap. She never had that confidence. It's more like she really wanted these men who felt like she once felt to come to her so that she can make them feel loved. She saw it from a side where she was like, look, I've been where they are and I feel bad for them. So if a 390-pound fucking dude covered in barbecue sauce needs me to look at his wink and tell him he's special, I've been there, dude. I'll do that for $200. Now, again, this is a situation where some people might look at that judgmentally. I was like, oh, this fucking dude, he's got the sauce, but he's never touched a lady. If you saw Jim Jeffries' show, that guy was in a wheelchair, right? He was paralyzed. No one wanted to fuck him, but he'd never had sex before. He wanted to lose his virginity. So what did Jim Jeffries do? He bought him a hookah. And she said, honey, I'm a hooker. I know what to do. And she walked up and she did her thing. Eventually, some of these people decide this isn't for me and they go on to do other things, right? Some people don't even do physical sex work. They will put their work on OnlyFans, right? Some people exploit their own feet to make money. I hate feet. Other people love feet. Here's what I'm saying. There are lots of intricate different things that can be considered sex work. We're not here to judge it. We're just here to make sure that we understand it to the point where people can be kept safe if they're gonna do it. I mean, sex isn't safe, right? That's why they say wear a condom. You could be having sex with your husband who has never cheated on you and still be in danger. Because maybe a long time ago, he got HPV from a girlfriend who he was loyal to. He never even did sex with anybody else. Did sex. That's hilarious. And he didn't even know he had it. And then he passed it on to you years later. That can happen. And you're married to that. Like marriage, paperwork does not stop semen. It does not stop a disease. It does not. Paperwork is not a condom. You feel me? The fact that sex is just not safe for so many. I mean, I have ovarian problems. If I get fucked the wrong way, one could blow. I don't know. It's painful sometimes. Sex can cause UTIs, right? But the fact of the matter is people are going to have it. People are going to have it. They're going to have it in marriage, out of marriage. It doesn't matter. They're going to have it. If they're going to have it with 1, 2, 10, 100 people, for money, without money, with a stranger, with someone they've known forever. If they're going to have it in a cat, with a hat, on a mouse, in the house, whatever. You know, people are going to do it. People are going to do it. Does that mean that we just throw the condom out the window and forget about it? No. Does it mean condoms are stupid? No. Should we stop making them? No. Condoms are just one of many methods to try to help with that, right? I think OSINT can help with women who need it or men who are in this industry for whatever reason, doing whatever, however they gotten it, whether they choose it or not, judgment aside, I think the OSINT can help. It can help with those who are being trafficked unwillingly and those who end up getting into it for whatever reason because they want to and then get trapped in it and then end up trafficked, which is a very big thing. A lot of trafficking doesn't start off as trafficking. It is voluntary entering the sex industry and then getting caught up and then having to choose up. It's also different everywhere. In America, that is the number one way it happens. You get lured. And then there's kidnapped off the street and chunked in head first. With that in mind, these methods of OSINT, if we can look at this and know, hey, this is what's going on in our community and where, put that on the list. If you see someone calling that number, if someone calls you from that number, if that apartment is right by your apartment and recently someone went missing, like there are all sorts of reasons this can be useful. So please keep that in mind. And here we go.
Construction clothes. One of the affidavits gave a first-hand account from an alleged customer who was pulled over after leaving the unit by Texas Department of Public Safety special agents. The person told law enforcement they contacted a sex advertisement online, leading them to the unit where they paid $160 in cash to have sex with a woman there. Court documents allege the suspects would post advertisements on sites known for
Okay. Right here. We can put it on HD. We could zoom in. We could get some names, right? That's what we could do if we wanted to. Now you can see this person right here. They printed it out from somewhere. It's in electronic format. Judging by this, it was not scanned. It was an open PDF file, which means that we can likely go to the county and get this ourselves through an online portal. So I would make a note of that.
Prostitution services. One woman labeled in an affidavit as one of the main suspects, investigators say was allegedly tied to more than 1,000 ad postings. According to court,
1,000 ad postings. Now here's another thing. What if you go through and you find 2,000 more? Don't you think that Pflugerville police, I'm not going to talk shit, but I could. Don't you think they'd like to know that? This is the type of shit that I'm talking about that you can find. Look at this. On or about the 19th day of October, 2023. We only see half of it, right? But then we see the county of Travis. That's not Pflugerville. That's Wilco. Interesting. Now we know it spreads across 2 counties, don't we? And we have an exact date an exchange took place. Thanks, news. Thanks. Thanks. Let's keep going. Also, Stephanie, good point. We are going to do one where we talk about Grindr. Where we talk about Grindr, and we're going to talk about the gay community and the risks that they go through. And we're going to have somebody on who had something very similar to what happened to one of your best friends who I was talking to recently about this. So we will talk about that. And it's absolutely true. And Grindr can be a place where people. So here's the thing about Grindr. The gay community back in the day, and I say this meaning mainly gay males, really, but also females. Really, to be fair, yeah, females too, like lesbians. They don't have really, or they didn't have specific forums in mass that other dating sites have. It would be like an all-inclusive dating site, but you could choose, are you gay, straight, lesbian, stuff like that, right? So Grindr is one of the few that came out that is specifically targeting gay males. And by targeting, I mean it's for that community specific. There's not an option, or at least there wasn't last I checked, for straight women, right? So it's a very specific, exclusive type of site. Those started popping up more and more in the last decade. And that's very interesting because it's almost like back in the day, like 20 years ago, there were online personals for vampires. Do you think you're a fucking vampire? Come here and fuck another 300-year-old. It's a lot. It is a lot, right? There are very niche websites. Grindr is very popular for a lot of reasons. One, the screening, very simple and non-existent almost. So you can be a straight male who's going on there because you're in the closet. You can be a gay male who's going in there because you want to meet someone. You can be anyone, really, if you get my drift. Like, teens will go into Grindr. Teens have Grindr. And that is a problem. But at the same time, if you are 16 and a gay male, there shouldn't be kids that age, in my opinion, on dating sites. But there are straight kids who are on dating sites or just using Instagram for that to communicate with people who are of the appropriate age to date, right? Teen gay males don't have that, and likely because it would be a hotbed for predators, no doubt. But if you think they're not going on Grindr, you're out of your fucking mind. That is a scary thing to think about, because that is how people end up, again, getting groomed or lured by an adult. So that's really kind of on the parents. Very interesting.
Documents her bank account had more than $1 million worth of incoming transfers in 3 years, with hundreds of thousands of dollars suspected to be related to human trafficking or some other.
So here's another thing. They will not only have full access to all the money, whoever the trafficker is, but they will put it under one of the women's accounts usually, or someone that they are trafficking, so that they are not financially held liable. It doesn't become a financial crime, which can kick it up a few notches in the legality territory, if you will. All right, let's keep going.
Suspicious activity. Sarah Al-Shah, KXAN News.
And we did try to speak with people in the area, but nobody wanted to address this investigation. So far, online records with Travis County do not show any of the people listed in the warrants are in custody. We'll let you know if and when.
So this is important. She just said online records in the warrant do not, or online records in Travis County do not have anyone listed in the warrant as currently in custody. So what is she saying there? Without saying it, they could be out on bail, or maybe the data hasn't been input yet. Now, it takes, from my experience, 24 to 48 hours for that data to be input in Travis County. The date of this news story was, I believe, 2 to 3 days after the event. So it should have been there, which means that they likely have had it transferred to combine the case to Wilco. It has been dismissed, or they were for some reason bailed out, or they're just delayed. There's all sorts of reasons. Another reason could be because some of these women ended up being found to be victims, and the news was irresponsible. I did look them up now, and I'm not going to give any of their names. If you want to see it, I mean, the news put it out there. They showed you the paper. We paused the paperwork, but I will say they do have charges now. So it seems as though Spoiler alert, a lot of them were used as lures, except maybe 1 or 2 who were outside of the ones that were shown on the screen. So it is scary. It's spooky. It does put them at risk, but the fact of the matter is they put other people at risk. And again, they just showed the ones that have cases and seem to be lures. However, here's another thought. A lot of people, like, remember Henley, the killer in Houston? They'll use a child as a lure, but then that child grows up and continues to commit crimes, like the kid that Henley had with him. Some people see that person as they were put in this situation when they were children, so they should, be able to, I guess, be free of judgment because it wasn't their fault. Like, basically, like, they're innocent somehow, even though they can. For example, Wade Wilson. Like, what if Wade Wilson had an older guy grooming him to do all of this shit? It would be like saying, oh, well, it's okay that he killed those women because he was brought into this at a young age. That's fucked up, right? At one point, almost everybody who lures people, even if they're doing it on purpose and they're adults and they full well know what they're doing, at one point, they were lured in themselves and they follow the behavior that they are taught, which is why they still smile in their mugshots. They still keep their mouth shut, and they will catch a case for the person who is pimping them. And that is part of the process, or the person that they are helping to pimp someone else. I hope that makes sense. So while, yes, it does put them at risk, they did put a lot of other people at risk. And I don't know why the news shared it, but I have a feeling it is to help other people by saying, hey, check these people out. Look at them. Do you know them? Does someone you know them? At the same time, I'm not going to leave out the fact that there are immigrants who get taken advantage of. I wanted to throw that in because it is a possibility. However, I can tell you, spoiler alert here, a lot of these people did have multiple cases in Wilco. It might have also been that they transferred it from Travis, or they did their fact checking the day of instead of 2 days later and didn't wait for that data to get processed. But I want to put all those options out there, okay? Because it's all possible. Yes, yep. Oh my God. Are we watching about something scary or a human nature discussion? A little bit of both. A little bit of both. Good answer, Pierre. Great question, Valerie. What was the question? Oh, yeah. Could you do an image search on their photos and get info? Like, are they missing? Absolutely. You can use PIMEYES. You can use TINEYE. You can use a couple of them. They're AI. They're not wholly reliable for everything, but I've spoken personally with trafficking victims who have used it to find sextortion videos. I've talked to some people who, when they were 16 or 17, they were a part of a website where they were exploited, or a group, I guess, that exploited them, put porn videos of them up, but they were drugged out of their minds and too young. They were underage. Even though that person got busted for what they did to these kids when they were teens, the videos are still up on porn websites. And they don't even know where, because they were put in so many places. So they used PIMEYES and TINEYES, and basically you scan that and they were able to find where those videos were. But it also can scan metadata. So when she popped up on these porn sites she had no idea existed, we were talking about how to get them taken down. And that's when she came to me, and then we started working on that. I was totally fascinated that she was able to use TINEYES and PIMEYES for this technology, or for this purpose. I was amazed she was able to use that technology for this purpose, because it had been super unreliable in the past when I used it. However, when it's so highly distributed, the good thing is, if, let's say, because she had a case against him, right? So the FBI will take the hash value from the metadata in the original video, and they will enter it into a database that alerts NCMEC, Bing, Google, and it's just auto stored. And if anybody tries to share it or put it on their website, it pops up. And then that person now has shared child porn, right? They can also identify where the video is from that. I don't think anybody had shared those videos specifically, so she never knew they existed. It was very surprising that they have really done so much to advance that technology that it can now reliably be used for that. I would like to try it one more time on a couple of I'd like to try it actually a few more times on a couple of other things. You do have to pay for that service. But I think it's very helpful, and I do know at least 2 families who have used it to find trafficking victims, i.e. their daughters being posted on advertising sites. There is a problem though. If there are multiple faces or if the face is not shown, which is so often, that can hinder it. Another thing is if you have a tattoo. That's one of the first things put in these NCMEC articles, right? This person has this tattoos. These tattoos, they're this height. Their hair might look like this, right? So if that is the issue, the traffickers are kind of, and I say traffickers, the people who lured them in, whoever is handling their shit and forcing them to be illegal. And yes, Pierre, good point. Birthmarks too. Scars. So glad you brought that up. Scars. People forget that too. Birthmark scars. They will purposefully hide those in the posts. Also, if it's a younger victim or someone who has never been sex trafficked before or worked in sex work before, almost every time it will be a 2-fer or a 3-fer. Like the ad will be for group sex or 2 people at once. And there's a reason. They put a literal babysitter with them. They will put someone who, like the women that we just saw earlier, have been in it a while. They know the rules, and they're used to lure and groom to get the girls in. Hey, I know a guy who's a photographer. I'm a model for him. Yes, they do use fake names, 100%. And in Kristen Galvan's case, it was the pimp's own mother who got 1 year and still won't give up where Kristen is, who was 15. Houston's fucked. The point is, these people who are used to lure others and who also may have been lured themselves will be in there, and other women who are being trafficked who are already broken, is what they call it. Like literally broke in, scared, threatened, or have a form of Stockholm's that happens. Yes, to bait them. That's another good word for it. Yes. And basically their job is this. You're here to babysit and make sure she doesn't run off. And if she does, then you're both going to get your ass beat. And her job is to make sure the younger one doesn't steal. And her job is to teach her how to do those things. So when you see groups of 2, it's either going to be the quote unquote bottom bitch, as they call it. I'm not going to fucking make up cutesy names. I want you to know what it's called. It will be, the girlfriend of the person running it, the oldest girlfriend. Like if it were Big Love, it would be the fucking wife that he married first, right? They're going to put a young person with that or somebody that is terrified and has a lot to lose. And they're going to be in a group photo, and they're going to be advertised as 2 because they're not allowed to leave each other's sight. But they will sometimes advertise, if you just want one, the other will watch. Or we will perform for you. So many of those are where you're going to find newly trafficked victims, because they can't just leave them alone. It could go wrong. They could ask the John, hey, can you get me out of this? I've been trafficked. Hey, I'm only 14. Can you help me? Hey, I just need you to know these people kidnapped me, blah, blah, blah. It's too risky. So they put them with someone. It is terrifying. Anyway, let me get back to some questions. I saw some good ones in here. The mom knew all of the apps on their phone, and we were shocked to find out this workaround hack being used to meet sketchy adults. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, my P.O. Box address, Galen, is, I should actually, I have to look for it. I don't have it memorized. It should be on the community post page, Galen. or in like 2 or 3 videos ago, or the last video I made, look in the description. It should be there, but I will find it in a minute and I'll post it for you. Let me star that so I don't forget. Have you had good luck getting underage pics taken down from bad websites? So here's what I do. I don't want to see the underage pics, right? I don't want to see these at all. Also, just accessing or clicking on them can get you flagged and in trouble. However, it shouldn't dissuade you, especially if you're a parent or someone looking for your kid. Who gives a fuck? It's your kid, right? You need to find the shit and get rid of it. I try to show the person who needs the help how to do it so they can do it. That way also, so that I don't want to be a middleman. I want them to be able to do it themselves. First of all, it feels empowering for them. Second of all, legally, it's the way to go. And third of all, it's just overall easier. But I try to guide them with it. They have had great luck. I'll say that. They've had fantastic luck with PIMEYES and TINEYEs, and I will link that below. There are. They make you believe that they are going to harm your friends, family, and children. Yes, they threaten the shit out of you. There's a technique for mapping a vein mapping. They use it for younger victims. Yes, 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 absolutely. All over your cheeks for the serious topic and work. Thank you, Lori Lowe. You're the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will use this to get HOOGAN snacks. We will traffic him into the Petco, and we will give him snackies. My wife said nightclub promoters when she was a senior in 2007 would also groom girls a lot with fake IDs. Drink. Yes, dude. Yes. West Coast and East Coast. Florida, Cali, New York, Dallas. Huge problems with that. There are court cases over that. Peter Gatien, the guy with the club kids. Shit, he took ecstasy from the fucking Wu-Tang Clan by the fucking bucket and then was shocked that Michael Alec was sharing pills at his club a few months before that. And then he trusts that Michael guy, and then now he's in on it. But then he threw him all under the bus and played dumb. We all know what fucking happened. We read Disco Bloodbath. Yeah, there were club owners that fucking trafficked pills and then used that directly to groom girls. And they'd often hire them, quote unquote, to be a bartender or something if they were loyal. But then others would have to go and like entertain rich people is what they call it. But really it was trafficking them to celebrities or rich people that they wanted to come to their club to get a promotion. Horrifyingly scary. I know it fucking is, dude. And then try to get house parties too. That's a big one. And that was actually a rumor in the whole Rex Heuermann Burke thing that I do believe. Because it happens all the time, especially in New York. There's a house on Oak Beach where everybody goes in parties and these girls get busted and they have to leave their IDs and their purses behind. But if you go, you get to meet so-and-so, and it'll be someone who's like a politician. Or they won't even say the politician's name. They'll just have all these rich people partying, and they drop a bunch of girls off. You're each going to get $1,000, and then they don't give them $1,000 if they fucking give them a ride home at all. Some of them end up in trafficking. But that was something that actually was described by one of the girls at a John Ray thing that I do believe. Now, do I believe that James Burke is the fucking Lisk killer? No. But I believe he's done some horrific fucking shit and he's a piece of shit. And he might have killed one person. I don't know, maybe. And covered it up. He's a piece of, and then that's why he doesn't want anything else looked at. I totally believe that. I often wonder, I'm going to say it, allegedly, supposedly, just my opinion. Was Peaches someone else? Was it Lisk? Was it Rex? I don't know. Could be Burke. He's got a type. Hold on. I'm going to hit play. Dade's boyfriend's home.
That changes. For the charge of aggravated online promotion of prostitution, a defendant can face up to 20 years in prison. Court records indicate more than 40 women as part of this case, with investigators only identifying a fraction of them at this time, so more charges could be pending. We wanted to give you an idea of the...
Okay, so hear that part. There could be as many as this amount of women. They've only gotten a fraction. Shit's pending. This is what I mean by there are going to be other cases. Do you see why I said they put that shit on the screen to where we could read it for a reason? To me, this is a call to arms. We need you to look at this because we think there's others without saying it. So this is what I'm talking about with reading between the lines.
the rarity of this type of case in our area. While different, prostitution and human trafficking are often related crimes. Take a look at the numbers for last year for human trafficking cases from DPS. Only one each in Williamson and Hayes County. Travis County listed 9.
Thank you, Jens.
Last year, a new state law went into effect requiring any county with 50,000 people or more to submit any human trafficking case reports to the state attorney general.
See what I mean? Submit trafficking case. They're even doing a call out to other agencies. It's an issue, right? You got it off the community page? Excellent. JB, yes, hit me up through email again, or I'll see if you already messaged me about this. I got you.
General's office. However, each of those cases could have multiple suspects. Those reports are due at a minimum of twice a year, with the next deadline on October 1st.
All right. Yeah, he does have a type. What fraction? 9.01 per. Dude, you know what I mean? Like, this is just Pflugerville, though. If you're talking all of the U.S., that's different. And Burke definitely fucking blows. Okay. So that was what I was talking about. The baby with peaches throws me off. Look, okay, this is, I don't want to put out a conspiracy, right? But I am very curious about Burke and Peaches. He has a type. Peaches had a baby. It was around a specific time. Curious what the baby looked like. Curious who the boyfriend of Peaches supposedly was, according to the tattoo artist. But also wondering if it is someone else who is not Burke, who is perhaps an abusive partner. However, there are parts of the crime scene that also make me wonder, could they have their forensics a little off on how long she's been there? It couldn't have been before 95, but could they be like a year off? Could it potentially be a case where, well, it could have been Rifkin. There's a couple in the 90s that did overlap. Could it be that? I don't know. There's something up with Burke. Something going on there. He did something. I don't know fucking what, but he did something. He's a piece of shit for sure. But anyway, just thought that was interesting. Wanted to show you some of that. If you ever wanted to check out any OSINT, you could do that. You can do that by looking at those. All right. Let's put Maynardville. Yeah, maybe. Possibly. Actually, that was around that time too. I do wonder if Bitteroff. No, I think he well, I don't know. That is possible. It's possible. I just wonder if the appeal is causing him to not have DNA ran. Like, I'm curious about the CODIS thing with him. New York has wonky laws on how they run DNA for suspects and through CODIS. Anyway, yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that because I know that we've talked about, obviously, you can look up arrest records. You know, you can type in prostitution and look at the crime map and see where the hotspots are, where people are busted. You can look at John's forums and you can see where the Johns are reviewing escort, sex workers, whatever you call it, even down to even strippers, you know, even just people who dance. You can see that. That's an easy way to find out some stuff. You can check Judy records and just type in prostitution in the county and look at everything new. But if you're looking for a way to find information on where is a place where the news is always commenting on it, that perhaps you don't really know, like you don't have an area to narrow. You just want to know what the sites are that people are using. And since you don't know what they are, you can't type that in Judy records. This is one way. This is one way. This is one of 100. You know what I mean? Hey, Dad, meaning to ask, send an email at the end of July with an attachment. Check your junk. Okay. Oh my God. You just remind me. I haven't checked my junk or my spam mail or whatever in a minute. And I do need to check. We don't have shit to find. Oh, LEB. I'm writing this down. Hold on. Check this out. I do. And I got a list from some wise Australians who I won't name because I promised them I wouldn't because of their job. But I have a list. Aussie OSINT list I'm making for you. And I need to make sure to share it with all of you Aussies and you Ned Zetters, New Zealanders. And I am working on, I'd like to eventually add these tabs for these specific OSINT lists for everywhere around the world onto our, what do you call it, OSINT cheat sheet soon, which I did update. And there is a new link available and it is on the community tab. But I'm going to make a community post with Aussie OSINT in a list. Maybe I'll even just make a whole new database by itself and I'll just paste it there and you guys can click it in. If you find something new, you can add to it. Can be a community endeavor. But I'll start you off with a lot of different links for stuff because someone sent me a whole bunch and then I started looking into it and found a couple. Kiwis. Yes, kiwis. My kiwis. Because I know I got a lot of kiwis in here and I happen to love kiwi fruit. So it works out great. I will put that in there. Definitely. And I will send it to you so that you can check that out. I'd like to make one for Mexico. I'd like to make one for the UK. I'd like to get one for Canada, but I actually already have quite a few for Canada in the OSINT cheat sheet. And then anywhere else, fuck Tonga, where you guys want to go? Just tell me. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of questions about Aussie OSINT. You guys fucking are at the forefront. So definitely want to make you that because like you guys fucking invented it. You should have the best. Everybody's saying we don't have shit here. I think you do. I think it's just like hard to find. So I will get you that and I will make a post and I will keep myself to, I will make sure that I do that tonight or in the next 3 days. Okay. Because there are a lot of Aussies in the group. A lot of you Kiwis in the group. A dingo ate my baby. All right. I love you guys. You're the best. I hope you learned a lot. I'm going to go take a pishy shitty. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to go eat some fucking chowder, some food, and probably going to like catch up, see what's going on, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the morning. Might take a dad nap, get up, or just stay up, watch this Rex thing. Let's see what's going on, all right? God bless, God bless. You all the best. Yeah, I'm out. It's a Polish goodbye, everybody. It's a Polish